Good morning. I'm Christopher Lloyd, and I'm standing here in the studios of Sirius XM Satellite Radio. It's a weekly morning, approximately 6 a.m., and this is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Never before has one radio show been so extreme. So vulgar.
I'll fucking shove my face up a chick's ass in a second.
Someone said we curse a lot, do we?
I have no idea if we do. So flatulent.
Who just farted?
I did, but I didn't know it sounded.
Like rotten eggs and sewage.
Oh, wow, thank you.
I can't believe that us sitting around like this is actually a radio show.
It's not going to get any better than this.
Are we on the air? Oh, we are? Oh, okay.
Quite simply, the greatest show in the history of broadcasting.
O&A every day, that's what I say.
You guys having a good time or what?
Rules are destroyed and conventions burn to the ground. Would you like to make some fucking circus? With Opie, the Destroyer.
I would eat Betty White's ass. She's 90, right?
It doesn't smell too bad.
Anthony, the Rage.
Holy fuck, how much more fair you wanted? Tired of these people up my ass all the time trying to get me to help. Fuck you!
And Jim Norton, lover of the transgender.
Every time a transsexual walks in the room, party horn should go off. Like, surprise!
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Strap in, dicks. This one's gonna hurt.
Double guns, bitch.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. Here we go.
Hi.
It's so weird when a celebrity dies. Sometimes you feel really fucking close to the guy, even though you've never met him.
Celebrity died? What happened here?
Fucking Twitter blew up yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
With the news of James Gandolfini. This one fucking hurts, right? Most of the time, you're like, that kind of sucks. I kind of liked him in this blah, blah movie or whatever. Yeah. But this one, man, you can see it on Twitter. People are really, really fucking bummed.
Yeah, when you have a character that he played like that, like Tony Soprano, you know, every Sunday, there you were.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? What is it? What's the deal? What's he going? Where? And, you know.
Or marathoning that shit where you're like, oh, God, I got to just do one more episode. One more.
Yeah.
And that one more turns into 5.
Exactly.
6, 7.
It was, it was the character he played.
Right.
Yeah, let's be honest here. I think a lot of people are more upset that Tony Soprano is gone.
Right, of
than
course.
James Gandolfini. It's terrible, but
right.
You know, we get very attached to characters.
The character. 51 is way too young.
Jeez. And people were saying with all that wheezing and how fucking big he had gotten and stuff. It's like,
I don't know. They had a couple pictures of him posted, and he looked like he was dropping weight.
Really, recent ones? Yeah.
I don't know. TMZ had to like trying to make a stretch that he was in a tattoo parlor, you know, looking at tats, and he was going to come back with a special design.
Really.
And that was a couple months ago, and I'm like, what does that have to do with what happened in it? Yeah, there you go. Shopping before death. But it turns out he was in the tattoo parlor like 2 months ago.
Oh.
But they make it look like this is what he what he was doing a day before he died.
Yeah.
He did look thinner there, though, right?
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. He does look thinner there.
I wonder if he was taking something when he was working out or dieting. Sometimes there's supplements or things you take while you're dieting can cause your heart, give your heart a problem.
I like the speculation.
He was just an unhealthy guy in general.
Well, yeah.
And he died of a massive heart attack in Italy. I think they could just leave off the word massive.
Yeah, exactly. I know. What is that?
Massive.
They love saying that.
Right. What does that headline say, Sam? It just says shopping before death, or is there more to it? Tattoo shopping before death. So you go, wow, this is what he was doing the day before, and then you read a little bit and you realize, no, this was back in what?
The photo was taken on June 1st, which was like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so he wasn't shopping before his death for a tattoo.
Right.
God, these fucking people like to stretch everything.
Yeah.
What's an exclusive?
Yeah.
He
What's
went tattoo shopping 3 weeks ago. It's not like he was having chest pains while he was in there.
Right. But I clicked on it because I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is the picture they took of him the day before in Italy or something. No,
Yeah.
this picture's 3 weeks ago and it was in another country.
Yeah, he was over there in Italy.
Oh, apparently you didn't read all the details.
Oh,
The actor was extremely excited about a new tattoo he was planning.
okay.
That was kind of the big juicy.
But that's 3 weeks ago.
And who cares?
Does it
What's
say
that have to do with anything?
Is it a tattoo?
It's stupid TMZ.
Did it say I ordered for the table underneath the tat? Eastside Dave's.
Besides, Dave's tattoo is very valuable to
Oh
me.
yeah.
The owner says Gandolfini was in great spirits during the visit.
That's good that he was 3 weeks ago. I'm wondering. I always have wondering how a guy is almost a month before heart attack.
Yeah.
He was in a good mood 3 weeks ago.
I would assume he would be. he had a pretty damn good life. So,
Or if he wasn't, that would be fine too. It has nothing to do
but
with.
I got tricked. I clicked on it, and then I just started yelling at my computer. I'm like, "This is 3 weeks ago."
3 weeks ago. It's nothing to do with the story.
Of course not.
Yeah.
It's
Over there.
horrible.
Very
It
sad.
wasn't even. He didn't even have a real plan for a tattoo. He
No.
said he promised to return later in the month for a full session, but didn't tell the guy what he wanted. So now the headline is that James Gandolfini was in the market for a mysterious new ink job before his death.
God, what are you doing?
There's nothing for them to talk about other than he's dead. So talk about what his life was like.
Right.
He wasn't. Who cares if he's going to get a tattoo?
They want the exclusive angle.
How about you talk about how he's one of the greatest actors of our time?
Just
period.
leeching.
And he was just going to continue adding to his legacy. He was a great actor.
Yeah.
So,
What was he doing over there in Italy?
well, he was vacationing with his young son.
A young son in the car. Oh yeah.
And he has a really young one.
He was with his son when it happened.
I guess. He was over there with his son. That's all I know.
Jeez.
And then, yeah, he's got a very, very young daughter.
food is very rich.
A daughter that's only a few months old, I believe.
Yeah.
With his new wife.
That's his kid.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in the middle of a guy's trip. Him and his son.
Yeesh.
Oh,
Horrible.
awful.
Just really sad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad right
He did
there.
a guy's trip.
His son just graduated from 8th grade. It says.
Ah.
Oh, your father's your hero. Oh.
Yeah, and he's like, you know,
Thanks.
he's not just some shitty dad, but
Yeah, he's Tony
like Tony
Soprano.
Soprano everywhere he goes.
Although, if you, it's great. You remember. You're not so young. You don't remember.
Oh yeah.
Everywhere he goes, he gets respect and treated great. The kid was probably looking forward to this too. Father-son trip.
Oh,
he's
God,
fucked.
Jimmy. Making it hurt.
But you imagine that?
No,
You get a
of
father-son
course.
trip to Italy and how shitty Gandolfini would feel leaving his son there. Terrible.
my God.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah, and then the kid's there like, hey, I'm in fucking 8th grade. Now I'm alone in Italy with my fucking father's body.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so what does he do? Stay in the hotel while the mom comes, you think? You don't
Yeah.
send him back alone, right?
He said
Oh,
his
God,
mom
no.
jumped on a plane.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's just sitting there.
Yeah.
So what do you... What was it? Doesn't say what they were doing yet. Like, what was it?
Nah,
a
I'm
hotel,
sure.
or was he?
I'm sure a lot of shit will come out
Oh
today.
yeah.
Were they out and about?
Don't know.
To the gabagool.
I'm sure he wasn't out and about because how we live these days, there would have been a picture online with him on the fucking
Oh,
ground
God.
somewhere.
Might
So I'm
be.
sure he
Who
wasn't.
knows? TMZ exclusive, I bet.
Oh, of course. Well, but TMZ doesn't have the exclusive, so they're talking about him tattoo shopping 3 weeks ago in L.A., which has nothing to do with Italy.
How about you talk about what him and his son did that morning? If you know anything topical.
Oh, they don't have anything. That's why. So they're stretching and reaching for straws here.
James Gandolfini bought a hat once on the set of True Romance. That's got nothing to do with what just happened.
And what did they have this scoop 3 weeks ago and decided, well, now it's a hot story. Now we
Right.
got to run with this.
Run with it. Go with it. Lead with it. Yeah.
And this is weird that we just started talking about The Sopranos again only recently. What the fuck's that about?
We, I bet if you look back, though, we always are just recently talking about The Sopranos.
Yeah.
We're like, we never stopped.
If anybody from The Shining
Yeah.
or The Sopranos, there's a couple of shows. If anybody dies,
Right.
it's got something to do with us.
I guess he was going to receive an award at a film festival. I'm getting that from the Dark Knight. Dark Knight 8425.
So he took his son over there.
Yeah.
Wow. Had they received the award yet, or was it were they there early?
I don't know, man.
That blows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
I was
bad.
also yelling at the TV. I almost tweeted him. Piers Morgan, he did a whole hour on James Gandolfini on CNN last night, and he just kept going to the medical dude and was like hinting, like, he had problems in the past, and just trying to say that,
Yeah.
trying to figure out how he died, and making it sound like he wasn't living a healthy lifestyle. And I'm like, who gives a fuck? He just died. He's one of the greatest actors, certainly character actors of our time. So why don't you focus on that? All that other shit will come out in a day or two.
Piers is an asshole anyway.
But it's like he was just doing that tabloid shit.
That's that English fucking mentality.
And I understand they got to do
tabloid.
that tabloid shit. We do that tabloid shit, but it was too fresh. Just fucking talk about the man and how he influenced how we watch TV and how HBO changed after The Sopranos.
Yeah, that pretty much was the death knell for fucking network television and
Right.
those stupid fucking series where everyone was like, really? I got to watch this? Where they're not speaking honestly and using real language. And then Sopranos comes on, you're like, oh, whoa, well.
The networks turned it down.
Really?
Yeah, Sopranos.
I'm glad. They would have ruined it.
Oh, of course
Yeah,
they
They
would
would
have
have ruined that amazing show.
And then-
Every dialogue line, the little line, Cousin Junior, I'm like, yeah, your sister's cunt.
Yeah,
All these
yeah.
hilarious things they said would have been, your sister's tootsies. Boo.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
They would have wrecked it.
I want him gosh darn dead.
What? Gosh darn.
We probably would have been talking about James Gandolfini today if it was on
Right.
network TV. That would have
Canceled after fucking
one season. I
one
bet
season
you.
because the ratings weren't good enough for
Sure.
him. And, fuck network TV.
Yeah, they do have a little baby here in the picture.
Yeah, only a few months old, I believe.
Oh, boy.
Less than a year.
Fuck, man. Yeah, this was depressing.
Yeah, this one was just fucking. It's sad.
Yeah, everyone's got their little statements. Everyone's got their statements.
Right.
From the cast. All the fucking news people got their fucking 2 cents they're thrown in. Stupid Mika.
Yeah,
on MSNBC.
Was he on TV?
Yeah, she actually said, I actually watched The Sopranos like no one else did.
Yeah, like we couldn't believe that you would.
Yeah.
It was the biggest show on TV, dummy. You should have watched it.
Of course, you're on. You're on TV and you do like news / fucking pop culture. You should watch everything.
Yeah, she knows nothing.
Oh God, I don't know why she's so hateable. Gives a fuck.
She really is hateable.
We watch it for like a couple minutes before our show.
Yeah.
And every morning she's just fucking hateable.
Can't stand her.
We should
sensible hairdo.
We should change to the new morning show on CNN with that big bitch.
Oh, the giant fucking woman.
She is huge.
She is giant.
The top. What is it? The top 5 Tony Soprano scenes there.
Yeah, I think.
How long are these?
We got video of like 3 of them.
Which ones do they list as the top 5 Tony
That's him
Soprano
with his
scenes?
mom right there in the on the stretcher.
Yeah,
Right.
this one is.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
That was a good one in the hospital after his mom supposedly had a stroke.
And then the second best fight ever between Tony and Carmella, and of course the final scene.
Right.
Wait, the best fight. The final scene wasn't one of his best scenes. But that
Probably
fucking
the most
fight.
memorable.
Is that the fight when they're really letting each other have it in season 6, I think?
Well, she's a ridiculous actress too.
Oh, is that a
She's
great
amazing.
one?
Oh, this one, sure. He's in the pool.
It's going to cost you $3.
Oh, this is not bad. This is good.
You know what, Tony? What's done is done. We are where we are, and it's for the best. Just for the record, or it might even interest you to know, that I might actually have gone on with your cheating and your bullshit if your attitude around here had been even the least bit loving, cooperative, interested.
Whose idea was Whitecaps?
Just a bigger version of an emerald ring, so you can keep on with your other life.
You don't know me at all.
I know you better than anybody, Tony, even your friends. Which is probably why you hate me.
Hate you? Oh, don't worry. I'm going to hell when I die. Nice thing to say to a person heading into an MRI.
Oh boy.
You know, Tony, I've always been sorry I said that.
She annoys me.
You were my guy.
Because she's so good.
Yeah, it's not her. It's her
fucking
character.
So sweet.
Yeah. Her
Nobody
short
can make me
hairdo.
laugh like you.
Carmela, who the fuck did you think I was when you married me, huh? You knew my father. You grew up around Dickie Moltisanti and your Uncle Eddie. Where did you get off acting all surprised and miffed when there were women on the side? You knew the deal.
Jesus.
And your mother can talk all she wants about what's his name in his fucking chain of drugstores. You and I both know that the other boyfriend you were debating marrying was Jerry Toofy with his father's snowplow business. And we now know that that wouldn't have suited you at all.
You really don't hear me, do you? You think for me it's all about things.
No, I forced all this shit on you. What you really crave is a little Hyundai and a simple gold heart on a chain.
You were so fucking hateful.
Hey, great.
Can I tell you something, Tony?
Oh, boy.
Don't pretend like I got a choice.
Last year, I have been dreaming and fantasizing and in love with Furio. Every morning when he'd come to pick you up, I would look forward to it all night long in bed next to you.
Oh.
Those nights when you were actually in the bed. And he would ring the doorbell. I felt like my heart would come out of my chest. He would smile, and we'd talk, and then you would come down the stairs. And I felt probably like someone who was terminally ill, and somehow they managed to forget it for a minute. And then it all comes back.
He talked to you all. Poor you.
He made me feel like I mattered.
You know, you asked me the other day what Irene's cousin has that you don't have. And I thought about it because it's a pretty good fucking question. And yeah, she's sexy enough, even with the one pin gone, but that's not it. I could converse with her because she had something to say.
I am here. I have things to say.
Besides, bring the fucking chairs down and did you sign the living trust? She's a grown fucking woman who's been kicked around, and she's been on her own, and she's had to fight and struggle.
Unlike me, is that it? Who the fuck wanted it like this? Who the fuck pissed and moaned at just the idea of me with the fucking real estate license?
Free to sit back for 20 fucking years and fiddle with the air conditioning and fucking bitch and complain and fucking bitch to me, to your priest. Fuck it.
This is like a real argument,
Oh, my
man.
God.
This is a real argument.
Yeah. She's making valid points, and he's just fucking angry.
Who knew all this time you wanted Tracy and Hepburn? Well, Tony, what about the 1,000 other fucking pigs you had your dick in over the years? The strippers, the cocktail waitresses. Were you best friends with all of them, too? You fucking hypocrite.
Jesus Christ. That's like, I feel like I'm a kid again.
Holy
the
shit.
spaghetti should hit
Yeah.
the wall at this point.
Two amazing actors. Holy fuck.
You weren't, there wasn't one
Holy
fucking part of
fuck.
that where you felt like you're watching a show.
Right,
It's
right.
like, it's like where, oh, he didn't get that right, or that line didn't seem sincere or something. That was perfect.
Her fucking face during that is,
Wow.
that's every argument I've ever lost.
Valid points and just scrambling for something.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
He's yelling at fuck it. And she's hitting him with fucking devastating blows. I wanted to fuck the ponytailed guy that works for you. Oof.
Oofa.
This was a fucking
Wow.
brilliantly acted show, man.
Amazing.
Not exactly a newsflash, but
No, but yeah, it's
A few people on Twitter, because you asked, I guess they were sightseeing in Italy, and he died in the hotel bathroom.
okay. Wow.
That's coming out a lot now. I'm not sure if that's
I hope he didn't go out like
official or
Elvis.
true,
Right,
but-
right.
Hope he didn't go out like Elvis on the old can.
So,
What was the what he just what the fuck did he? Oh, what he just told. When you watch how an actor plays stuff, like when they're outside, right? They're in you can't see this, but this argument started in the pool
by the
area.
pool, yeah.
And he gets out and he's got a cigar, and she goes, "Is that why you hate me?" And he's smiling.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he goes,
yeah.
"Hate you." and he's smiling.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
what a fucking... I would never, of course, over-the-top shithead, I would have been angry. Hate you! But that's why he was great. He just...
Yeah, you wouldn't even got it. It's like, oh, that's why you hate me. Hate you.
Right.
Hate you. Instead of hate you. And he's smiling. What?
That's how real
hate you.
people fucking argue.
Yes.
That's exactly how real people fight.
Yeah, that was
Edie Falco. I mean, we got to acknowledge her as an actress.
Again,
Fuck.
I think she was the best pure actor in the
Unbelievable.
series. It's sickening how good she was at that.
Yep.
When she's thrown, remember the fight they have in the, because fights are not, they seem like they're really easy to do, just yell at each other, but they're not easy like the way these guys did
So
it.
the subtleties.
Oh.
You're looking at two people that are supposed to know each other intimately, every fucking thing about each other. So when they fight, they know each other very well, so it makes the dynamic different. And they pulled it off amazingly. And she wasn't afraid to look bad. Like some actresses would want to, well, could you do my hair, my makeup? She looked like utter shit right there.
Yeah.
Right.
She looked like she had been crying, upset, not taking care of herself very well. And the little subtle faces, the smirks. Like Tony didn't even have to say anything, but he'd just smirk and give eyes like, really? Huh?
Right.
Fucking great.
And I
Amazing.
was listening to a clip how Gandolfini was explaining how he got up for these type of fucking scenes, and he said he would not sleep for 2 days to get really just ornery.
really?
Or he would drink 6 cups of coffee because that would drive him fucking insane. And sometimes, I don't know how true this one was, but he would put a rock in his shoe.
I heard that from
really?
actors.
He would
Yeah,
put a
yeah.
rock in his shoe just, you know how annoying that could fucking be.
God, that's
Just little tricks he did to kind of get up for some of these scenes.
It's a big fat shoe.
E-Rock,
I thought
not
you said
E-Rock.
he'd put E-Rock in his shoe.
let me.
E-Rock.
Wow. You've heard other actors say that about him, or that they've done it too.
I guess in
great-
an interview he said that stuff.
What a great trick.
Yeah.
I would just put on my angry face. All right, remember, it's grr.
I'm angry.
I'm angry.
No dynamic to it. You just play the whole scene at 10
Yeah,
angry.
just pointing up in the air.
Yes.
You didn't want that. Take 2, Jim. All right, you didn't want that.
You know
Russia-
you're playing angry the next day, but so you make sure you get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, well,
not
rested.
Gandolfini. He knows he's going to look like shit because he's been up for 2 days.
God, that son of a bitch was good, man.
Amazing. It's really just sad.
It's on all the TVs. I mean, it's just the big story. I guess they got Frank Vincent on the phone talking about it.
Yeah, we should. Do we get him on?
Man's guide to a man being a man.
Was Roland getting some Soprano angles on this
we
one?
can, yeah. I mean, we should.
Yeah. I'm sure we could get
Frank
Max.
Vincent.
Max Cook.
Oh, yes. Good old Max. What's he going to do now? He's like, shit.
I was in the cellar, and Tom Papa came over and just told me, and I was actually, just with him in a comic. He's like, yeah, Gene. And it's really weird when you hear like a celebrity dies. It is what it is, but this one really did feel like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a tribute to how well he fucking played that character.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, I know that guy. I know that guy. You know Tony Soprano, right? Yeah, sure.
Right.
I know that guy. I know all his little fucking foibles, everything. And then, oh, he's dead. Oh, shit. Well, but he was my friend, kind of. Yeah.
I can't believe he was only 51.
No.
He always looked kind of middle-aged, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when he was doing The Sopranos, he was probably in his early 40s then, because that show's like 10 years old now.
Yeah, all the 30s. Even
30s,
sure, yeah.
late
yeah.
30s.
It ended
When did
with-
the shows hit?
99?
Yeah.
Oh, 99 even. Fuck.
14 years, right?
That's almost, yeah, all
He's
right.
37.
37.
Jesus.
He's only 37.
He did a lot of shit for soldiers, too. He really loved
Yeah.
soldiers. He did those Iraq specials on HBO. Like,
Yeah.
He was the guy who really cared about soldiers.
Yeah, worked for a Wounded Warrior. And, he's fucking one of them good guys.
Okay, here's another one. A little trick that Gandolfini did. Tom in New York City. What's up, Tom?
Morning, guys.
You're
Hey,
out,
buddy.
Tom.
One of the seasons where they had the episode where he had food poisoning,
Yeah.
and he kind of got delirious and he was sick. In order to prepare for that, he spent like 2 or 3 hours in a bucket of ice water. Not just a bucket, one of those big ones that you get you know, like when you have a pool party and you get beer filled up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. And he sat in this thing for like 2 or 3 hours till he was shivering cold, freezing, in order to play that opposite sick fever that he had.
Oh, wow, okay. So, but how long was he cold for after? Because you figure you warm up as soon as you get under the blankets.
Oh, no way, man. You get that chill going. It doesn't go away quickly.
He was probably doing it in between takes. So
I'm sure, yeah.
Can't you just remember how it was when you were sick? Just be like, yeah, I remember being sick once. All right, I'll do that.
That episode was fucking... It made you nauseous to watch it, how well he played.
Oh, yeah.
Laying on the floor like that, like, oh, he looks...
Artie comes in, tries to talk to him about the food, and it wasn't his food.
How great was that guy? Artie Bucco was underrated part of that show.
Great kid. Remember when he had a shotgun on Tony? He was going to shoot him.
He was going to shoot Tony.
Everybody's watching going, Artie, you're not going to do anything. Put the gun down.
He was a simp.
What a zero.
He was a simp.
Zilch. Yeah.
He was in love with Adriana.
Oh, he was in love with a few people, and then he was in love with that other one that was ripping off the fucking place. And then the other guy that worked for Tony was fucking her, and he kept talking like he was all in love with her, trying to sweep her off her feet, and
he was white knighting her.
And yeah, and one of the fucking like low level guys. I think it was, what was it? One of the fucking Doogie Howser's friend or something.
Is that the one where he got his hands stuck in the fucking hot oil at the end?
Oh, I think that was, right? Yeah. Was that him?
I think so.
Yeah.
So, all right, Tom, thank you for your phone call, sir.
Indeed. Thank you, gentlemen.
Artie Bucco. Oh, hey, look what I made for you today. Oh, put the menus down. I made something special for you. Right in the middle of conversations, and he would come over and start talking about some bullshit.
That moment,
what a terrible
dude. There's one moment where Gandolfini is telling him about what's wrong with his and it's the episode's about how annoying Artie is when people are eating. And there's that one moment where there's a guy telling a joke to his girl and the other couple, and that asshole walks. It annoys me to this day. As the guy gets to the punchline, he walks over and goes, "Oh, do you like the button I cut up myself?" He just starts telling a boring food. You're like, shut the fuck up. Who cares? God, they got it so right.
They really did.
I would love to know what James Gandolfini thought when he was like, okay, I got this, mob series that I'm doing. And the script for episode 1 is like all about him being sad that the Ducks are leaving.
Yeah. Right. How do you look at that and go, what is this? What is this fucking show about?
As an actor, he probably looked at it and went, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's nothing like I've ever read before. That's why the show is so great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's good. I just explained why The Sopranos was successful.
Oh,
that's why people listen to this show.
That's to be enlightened.
That's right. The Sopranos will be a hit. Mark my words.
And now most people like the ending too.
Yeah,
I remember the outrage when it hit, but
you kind of
like it now, man. Yeah. So
and we won't be getting a movie or anything. So.
Yeah, wasn't there talk? There was talk about that for a while.
Who was going to be in it though? I mean, they're all dead. Christopher's dead. I mean, Sharippa's character died. Fucking.
That's true. It's like, what are you going to do?
Was going to be fucking, Tony at Disney World?
They probably would have done a reboot. Just make believe all that shit didn't happen and make a movie.
God.
Started off from like the end of season 4
or whatever. I don't know.
Alternate timeline like Star Trek. What happened?
You're lost.
Yeah, lost. Right.
Yeah, Gandolfini on Inside the Actors Studio. That was a really good interview, man. That was really fucking good.
Have you ever seen an actor talk differently, like as differently from his character as Tony and
really
Gandolfini did?
Weird. In the early Sopranos, he didn't have the real heavy Tony voice.
Yeah.
He kind of grew into that. But it was never what it is when he's just talking in an interview. You're like, what the fuck?
That's always been
Stop
strange.
Putting on that funny voice.
Right.
Who's this gentleman?
Yeah. You got a clip?
Yeah.
Let's hear Tony as James Gandolfini.
He has created memorable
James Lipton.
Looks like Tony Soprano there.
Yeah.
Easy. Tonight we add to our sizable New Jersey contingent.
His words.
That includes Kevin Spacey, Meryl Streep, Ed Harris, Bruce Willis, Nathan Lane, Michael Douglas, Susan Sarandon,
Rich Voss.
Chris Reeve, Tom Cruise, and John Travolta.
Louis Beans.
Where were you born?
Westwood, New Jersey.
What are your parents' names?
Santa and James.
And where were they born?
My father was born in Italy, in a place called Borgataro, and then when he was 2 or 3, he came here. My mother was born in America
So weird. He
and moved
pronounces
back to
his
Italy when
R's.
she was 6 months old, and then came back when she was about 20.
And do you still have roots in Italy? Are there
Oh,
Yeah, we
family
have a
there?
lot of
There are.
cousins and
Oh, boy.
all that.
Oh, geez.
Enough
Is
about
there-
Italy.
Yeah.
There is a farm, isn't there, outside Milan?
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Yeah, we own some land of a mountain that my family has owned for a long time. It's basically there's a lot of snakes and things on it, but it's there.
And it's Italian. It's
And
land.
it is.
What language was spoken in your home?
Italian, but when they
great.
didn't want us to know what they were talking about, so they didn't teach it to my sisters or myself.
And what sort of music was played in your home?
A lot of like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, stuff like that. My father used to he used to wear sandals with black socks and shorts and these boxer pants that went up to here, no shirt and a hat. And would put the tarantella on and go out and cut the grass. The speakers would be outside.
Holy shit.
Much to my mother's horror. It was pretty good.
Many of our guests have expressed strong feelings about the effects of their roots on their lives and craft. For millions of people around the world, you've become quintessentially Italian. Was that heritage emphasized in your home very strong?
Yes.
How so?
I didn't know anything else. I mean,
I see.
So I can't really compare it. I mean, you know, the big Thanksgiving dinners, the big Christmas dinners, Italian food.
What was your father's profession?
He was a bricklayer, a cement mason, and then he became the head custodian of a high school.
You just
And did your mother work?
The
Yes, she was the
stereotypical
head
Italian
lunch lady
guy.
of a high school.
You had siblings, huh?
2 older sisters,
And their names?
Lita and Joanne.
Were you a well-behaved kid?
Up to a point.
What point?
High school.
Most of our guests encountered TV and movies when they were very young. Did they play a role in your life?
Yeah, sure, yes.
The Sopranos crew seems familiar with the Godfather dialogue.
Yeah.
There are frequent quotations. The generation before you was principally inspired by Brando. Was De Niro of interest to you?
Sure. Mean Streets is one of the things that I saw 10 times, like in a row. I just sat there. I just thought it was great. Everything about it. That was the first movie
You
that...
just sit here and watch this all day.
Movies that affected me
We're just,
seemed to have
we're
something
just
to do with
fucking.
Lipton is a great fucking interviewer, man.
It's fascinating.
Oh, is he good?
Yeah.
And I mean, he doesn't sound that different.
No, it's the R's.
Yeah,
and more of a jollier tone in his voice.
Yeah.
Than
And he's shy.
Yeah, he
He's
comes
like
off as a
sheepish.
little.
Yeah, his body language
yeah.
says shy, right?
Yeah.
Man, that just sucks.
Yeah, it does.
A great loss for everybody.
A lot of big actors are shy.
Oh yeah, Are you shy?
No. No. But a lot of big actors are shy, and a lot of actors who stink aren't. Hence my lack of shyness.
Oh God.
We got someone on line 3.
Chloe Beans.
Hi, who's this?
I fucking died.
Oh no.
It's not what I fucking wanted. I'm 51 fucking years old. What are you fucking kidding me? I still had fucking work to do down here. Fucking shattered. But I'm glad I died in Rome. It's kind of poetic if you look at it.
Jeez.
Wow.
Wow.
What happened?
Let me tell you something. I'm a gluttonous son of a bitch. But more than that, there might be other elements. Things I can't talk about. I know one thing, man. I had to take an Ambien.
Oh.
I mean, look, a lot of famous people die that you don't know.
Who are you?
Who the fucking?
It's Max.
I know. I was just enjoying that, James. That was exactly what Gandolfini would have sounded like.
Oh
if
my
Right.
God.
Holy fuck, man. My heart
Jesus.
just pounding there for a second.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Yeah. So how are you dealing with this? I mean, it's going to be terrible.
No, I had a full emotional shutdown. Like I denied all news. Forgive me because I just arose and I pounced on the chance to call you, but I couldn't believe it. I was in total shock, and it really, really hurt, and it didn't make sense. And all of a sudden, I started to think, I can't make any more Tony Soprano videos.
Oh, man.
Oh, now you got to make them.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
See, I'm torn, though, fellas. I mean, what do I do? I mean, do I respectfully stop? Or do I keep going and come off like some kind of opportunistic dick?
Well, people can look back at your YouTube and see you've been doing it.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
It's an homage.
I would do it. Right, an homage.
It's an homage.
But it is amazing.
You keep the character alive a little bit.
What Max is saying is, and we all do this, we all think, how does it, like, I'll tell you one of the first thoughts I had when I heard he was dead is, fuck, I should have come back that day and met him. I wish because he was here one day at 3, and I was doing something legitimate for work. But I remember going, like, I want to go back and meet him, but I think I couldn't. And I was like, fuck, I was so mad.
Right.
And, God, I wish I would have come back and met him. So you automatically think of my little being affected by it. It's such an unimportant
I'm glad I
thing.
never met you. I gotta be honest. Everybody thinks I'm a fun-loving guy. I'm fucking not. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm miserable.
Oh, shit.
That's another thing that Gandolfini probably would have said exactly like that.
Exactly.
Look, I appreciate it very much. But can you back the fuck away? You're invading my personal space. I'm in no mood. I mean, this was a guy, listen, this was a guy who gave us, the greatest performance ever. I said to my wife last night, I'm like, Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest made me want to become an actor. Gandolfini, he made me stay an actor because I wanted to stop acting 4,000 times. And every time I saw him go, I just said, nope, I got to keep going.
Jack Nicholson in Cuckoo's Nest made me want to fucking underage redhead.
I like your style.
So you took an Ambien last night, Max. You were out of your mind, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Have you guys ever taken one?
No.
No, I've heard about him, though.
No.
Holy shit.
They say we have the same effect.
You sleep.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where you're suddenly standing up in the corner of a room like a horror movie.
No clue how you got there?
What's that?
No clue how you got there?
No clue how you got there. You're standing there, and you wake up. I've done a little sleepwalking on it.
Oh, man. Yeah, that shit's dangerous.
Yeah.
Fucking dangerous.
A lot of people are known to get in cars and drive and...
Yeah.
Or start cooking or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, Nicolini did that once. She started cooking and left the pan on the fucking stove and it started on fire.
And doesn't remember.
Not a clue.
All right, that's where I heard that from.
Yeah.
That was remember where I heard that
was
from.
the one.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Environmentally, can I just say that it was all just apocalyptic around here when the news came down that Gandolfini was dead. I have like a 5-car intersection or 5-lane intersection up at the corner, and there were huge accidents there. Streets were closed down. There were sirens. I'm out walking my dogs, and there's like some bald, shirtless, kind of crack-headed looking kid from Texas. Hey, excuse me, sir. Hey, excuse me, sir. And I'm like, back away. And next thing you know, when I get up to my front door, he's passed out under the call box with like a wetness on his crotch as if he pissed himself. And then there was some guy banging drums really, really loud, and cars were rear-ending each other. Ambien!
Are you still on Ambien? What
are we going to do without Gandolfini?
It's panic.
What you're going to do? You're going to fucking sit your ass down and shut the fuck up!
What the fuck?
You could do a bunch of videos as Kevin Finnerty.
True. Yeah, that's right. You did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did one of those.
I don't remember.
What were
Kevin Finnerty.
That's what I wound up watching last night because I sat down, I had some wine, and I went and watched Join the Club. And I fell apart at the end. What, are you kidding me?
Oh, boy.
Oh, geez.
Very emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear
How
you.
disgusted with you is your wife? How tired of this is she?
Now all bets are off.
Yeah.
She understands that this is a really big blow.
His wife has had it.
too, because like I can't believe again everything's kind of blowing up on the YouTube, and you know the things people are saying. Well, it's up to you now. Up to me now.
Yeah, you got to do a post-mortem.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will be seeing your YouTube videos in the coming days because now they're going to be searching out all sorts of Gandolfini stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, it's only 51. I don't know. Doesn't make any fucking sense, huh? I just had a little girl. Now what? I never wanted to be one of those deadbeat dads that's not around to take care of the kids. I gotta tell you something, this really fucking hurts. I was having a good time, even though I was a bit of a crank. What did Brad Pitt say? Is he alright?
No, he's really upset about your passing there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's got a lot to be upset about. Look at him with his zombie movies, his long blonde hair, this Adonis. He's a good guy, though. I gotta say, I enjoy playing off of him. Did a couple movies together, him and me.
It sounds just like fucking
wow,
scary.
Ambient's cool.
Yeah, I think you're still feeling that one.
Wow. Well, it's what, 4 a.m. over there. He's in the middle of his
that's
ambient
right.
sleep. He's in Hollywood for the people
yeah.
that don't know. Max.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man
is right. What do you have to say about all the people that are really, really, really sad?
I don't know. I feel really bad for him. Then again, I'm sort of floating around in these vapors here, and I don't know what's going on yet. I mean, I can't tell you there's life after death because I don't know yet. Give a man a minute. It's not like you're bored in a cosmic drain.
Fucking Ambien.
Well, did you see the light? People talk about the light.
People talk about the light, don't they? I saw AJ, I saw Meadow, I saw Carmella, I saw them young, and then as I started to ascend further up into the sky, they started to get older. And then I saw babies. I didn't recognize them. It's very weird. And then it's like that night at Holston's when everything went black. That's the thing. I feel like Tony Soprano died when it all went black. I'm one of those guys.
Oh, he's back. Max back.
Oh, cool.
Max is back.
Wait, who are we talking about? Max or Tony?
Max.
Oh, yeah. Max is back.
He goes in and out.
Yeah.
Max, did you like the ending of The Sopranos with "Don't Stop Believing"?
I did. It a lot of people say, well, no, it just means that's life, and it ended, and it goes on, and you just can't see it anymore. And I'm like, nah. Yeah, black is black. And there were so many signs, and it just feels better that way, and it's kind of easier that way.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like you've already mourned Tony Soprano, you know what I mean? But there's a man behind that guy. And it's Jim Gandolfini. I don't want to fucking be dead. I want to watch my little girl grow up. This sucks.
Jesus.
Not to mention all the food I'm going to miss. The food and the beverages and the lifestyle. I got very comfortable. I got a lot of respect. But I was tortured. Come on. You gotta be pretty fucked up to play a part like that, Tony Soprano.
I can't believe he's on the phone.
It's amazing.
Sounds amazingly like him. It's very, very creepy now.
It is creepy.
now it's creepy.
What's even creepier is that we get a call from Gandolfini from the afterlife, and some ass keeps showing up and taking the phone from him.
James, okay, you gotta go. Max, they don't want to hear you. They want to hear me. I know they do. but you're very upset, and you're on Ambien. No, you're on Ambien. now you get to listen to his schizo talk. You know what this is going to do is going to completely discredit my past appearance, which seemed to
Oh my God,
No,
we're loving this. You can
at
use
least
your
you'll,
best.
at least you'll see Christopher when you're there.
fucking AT. Welcome. Get your fucking ass up here right fucking now, and let's go for a fucking ride. Oh yeah, I'm gonna miss him.
What about AJ? I mean, you think AJ's going to be all right with your passing there, Tony?
I don't know. I'm gonna be fine. I want money.
Money. I've been saying that all day. Just walking around my house. I want money.
The eyes really wide. I'm going to be fine.
Not fair. I knew he would die eventually, but not like this. So now what? I don't want to lose my bedroom.
Oh my God! Hold on, Mike in Philly wants to ask
Mike?
Tony a question. Mike, what's up?
What's the guy's name again? Max?
Yeah.
Max, don't ever talk in your real voice again. You got to video yourself immediately and go order a sandwich with everything on it, and it'll go viral within hours.
I mean,
All right. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you probably should make another video.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna, but I gotta wait a little bit and let this die down.
I don't think so.
No, why would you let it die down?
I think you
I
should
just
turn
feel
on your
like
camera right now while you're on
I'm
Ambien.
cashing in on it, you know.
This is what I would do. Take another Ambien immediately as you're setting up the camera. Make the room extremely dark with one light. And just one light.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just kind of fucking talking about your life and what happened. That fucking would go viral immediately.
Or how about you're standing there and the one light is shining on you like you're looking into the light.
Yeah,
and you don't want to go yet.
It's got to be very shadowy, this video. So take the Ambien, get that camera set up, and let's do this.
Yeah, you're in a black room. There's a spotlight on you, like a small spotlight. You're like looking into the light.
Or probably lit from behind, so it's kind of a little mysterious.
He doesn't want to go
with
into
that
the
voice.
light or something.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go.
With that voice of yours.
Because you do such a great impression of him. It's
right.
It was still, even though I know you're just some guy from fucking L.A. who sounds like a guy who passed away, it was still interesting to listen to.
Absolutely.
Well, I did write a script a couple of weeks ago, which is really eerily about this. So it makes it even more compounding now that it's all going down.
What was the script about?
It's basically Carmela telling T he's got to go because he's dead. That he's got to let go because he goes to the fridge and there's nothing in there for him. He doesn't understand. Carm, what the fuck? You got to keep the meats on tap. What's with the fucking yogurt?
No gabagool?
No gabagool!
Yeah.
Sits him down and she says, you got to go. Oh, yeah? Why? I live here. And she's like, no, you don't. You don't live here anymore. You got to go. Where am I going? What am I doing? I'm fine. I can take care of everything. I've got it covered here. I've made changes in life. I can do it. But you need to get out of here. Okay. What if I'm scared? Well, I it's going to be okay. You're not going to go to hell. I'm not going to tell the whole thing, but it's that.
Oh, wow. Jesus Christ. Again, creepy.
Yeah, you need to work on the Carmela voice.
Oh, I got another girl to play Carmela.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Really good. She has blonde hair. She's perfect.
Although I did like your Melfi. That was pretty goddamn funny.
You did Melfi?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, a lot of guys got really turned on by Melfi. I would get secret emails like, hey, do you do that all the time?
Yeah, really?
Oh, goddamn.
What the fuck's that about?
Have yeah, if you see Malfi, I am the ugliest woman that ever walked the earth.
Yeah, who got turned on by her? Necrophiliacs? Fuck.
Well, there's one video where I shake my ass and I do like a huge seductive dance for Tony.
Oof.
And it's me sitting on a couch watching myself shake my own ass at me. The lines blur often. And I started to get all of these weird side emails through YouTube.
Hey, Max, you've never met me before, but my name is John Goggins.
Oh, how creepy.
Really love when you do Malfi. Do you think you could make more of those videos? You should probably do, like, Malfi masturbating.
No.
That would be wonderful.
Jesus.
Dude.
People are twisted.
No kidding.
Oh, the whole world's fucked, man. I swear. How do you guys stay so happy? You're all miserable?
Yes.
Yeah, we're pretty miserable.
Oh, my God. I didn't see you as Melfi. This is creepy. Hold on a second, Max. We got to play a little bit of this. We're going to start from there? Is that fine, Sam?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Go ahead.
Pretty weird me even being back here. It was like a bad breakup between us last time. Fucking stung. I told you I was sorry. It was an act of self-preservation. I was protecting myself. I thought I was being manipulated by a sociopath. Jesus fucking Christ. Who the fuck isn't a sociopath? This day and age? You're very angry. Yeah? And you're still very hot. A little scruffy around the chin, but, I've always wanted to bang you. Them legs, that ass, oofa. It's like an associate of mine always says, Maroon. Let's talk about you. You said that you needed to see me. You said it was urgent. Oh, it's fucking urgent, all right. It's my daughter.
You fucking hit the
Meadow.
Melfi thing perfectly.
Yeah, the hands.
That's so...
Something
She was
something
so
happened to
annoying.
her. She was attacked. Oh my God. Yeah. She was fucking raped the other night after work. And you want to know the fucking best part? Number one, she's fucking colorblind, so she didn't get a look at the guy. And number two, she's too fucking fearful of being politically incorrect. I'm so sorry, Anthony. It's horrifying that your daughter was raped.
Jesus.
More than you know. I'm feeling fucking helpless. I'm not used to that. She's walking around with no answers as to who the fuck ripped her uninvited, and I gotta sit here with this toxic fucking bloodlust. Being raped is a devastating experience for a woman. What the fuck would you know about it? I happen to know everything about it.
Oh my God.
You was raped. When? It was a few years ago. Not that I can get into details, but he was never brought to justice. Whoa. You know who he was? Who was he? Who the fuck was he? I can't tell you.
The wig.
Wow. Jesus, Max.
I see why people wanted to fuck you. What legs on Max?
Oh yeah, and just to like drive it home, I wore women's panties underneath the skirt. No one's ever going to see that. But if you feel like if you tuck all your junk in that sweet satin, you're feeling kind of ladylike.
You're preaching to the choir.
Why didn't you shave your goatee? That's what made it so creepy, but it works, obviously.
A little scruffy around the chin.
Yeah.
Well, what happens then is Tony goes out and kills her rapist.
Right, yeah.
Because no one ever got that satisfaction on the show. You know?
Nope.
But that's part of the beauty of the show. As frustrating as it is that Tony wasn't able to kill him, like, that's what life is like.
Yeah.
Like, they really knew how to leave you hanging. Sometimes they did it, I think, because the storylines got weird. But in that case, they could have easily had Tony kill her.
Right.
And they didn't. You don't get that satisfaction, which was part of the genius of that show.
And we would have loved that satisfaction.
Fuck, yes. You would love that guy to have been killed.
It's pretty fucking brave to not do that.
Yeah.
Max, wow. Bowler Hat on YouTube if you want to see Max doing Tony Soprano and everybody else from The Sopranos. Unbelievable.
Very good, sir.
How's the Ambien?
Guys, I'm so glad I got to talk to you again. I'm sorry I wasn't more prepared, but it means a lot. I'm a mess.
You're a mess, huh? This one really hurts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been locked into the nuances of this dude for years and years and years. And there's always all the Tony stuff that, like, no one ever sees, like, you know, birthday messages or, like, you know, could you read me back something that I wrote to you as Tony Soprano? I don't do that stuff anymore, but in the beginning it was like,
You would do that? Yeah.
oh, yeah. Any favor anyone wanted, just the fact that they were giving me any kind of attention. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. And then I had to, I mean, if it wasn't for Tony Soprano, I would have never learned how to get a rhinoceros skin with the hate.
Oh, you mean a thick skin from all the shitty comments?
Oh,
yeah.
right, yes.
Oh, I thought it was the Ambien talking again.
Anyway, fellas, I gotta say you do a good job over there. I just hope everyone's getting along. I hope those serious bathrooms are clean enough for you. I hope at night you're going out and you're having some beverages and you go home to your families, because that's all it's about. It's also about watching horror movies. What? Horror movies? Horror movies are good.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I like watching horror movies because everyone's a fucking asshole. In a horror movie, you can cathartically watch them all fucking die in horrible, violent ways. So by the end, you're tired, you've seen a lot of death, a lot of blood, and you feel pretty good.
Right.
You have to call us every day on Ambien.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I don't usually take these drugs. Don't think I'm some kind of drug Ambien.
No.
Now I leave again.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
All right.
All right there, Max.
If you want to call us later,
Thanks for the call.
We'll certainly take your phone call if you want to call back.
All right,
if you got other thoughts on this whole thing. But it's Bowler Hat on YouTube. Max Cook. It's Cook, right?
Yeah.
Even though it looks like Koch.
Yeah, that's because my dad was a cop who died before I was born, so I didn't want to lose that last name as much as it sucks.
Oh, okay.
I'm the last Cook male, so fuck it. I keep that shit. A lot of death.
Yeah. And we'll put the link to Max's YouTube channel on our Facebook page for everybody. Max, thank you, brother.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, guys. A salute.
All right.
A salute.
Wow.
And they were just showing some wounded warriors, like veteran things on HBO. It was great, man.
Right. All right.
Want to eat something?
Yeah, we're going to break with this.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. A singer in a smoky room, a smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. Strangers waiting, walking down the boulevard. Their shadows searching in the night.
and Anthony Show on Sirius XM. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
This is cake, I believe, right?
Little cakeage.
Yep. Little cakeage.
Cake.
For the ride in, some cakeage. You don't like cake.
Not a big fan of the cake.
I love the cake.
Not a big fan.
All right. Anyway, there was a great hockey game last night. Another overtime game. Stanley Cup Finals has been terrific.
What's the series score?
They're tied at 2 games apiece. Blackhawks beat the Bruins 6-5 in OT. Another OT game.
OT.
This is what hockey fans love.
Poor fucking, what a shitty day for Nick DiPaolo yesterday.
Oh.
He's a big Sopranos fucking fanatic and then big Bruins fan.
Right.
A miserable night he must have had.
He was in one of the episodes there.
Yes, he was.
He was a police officer.
They got a permit still.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
We had a WOW sticker.
A WOW paint on the back of one of the garbage trucks.
Yeah, that they blew up.
Yeah.
And it turned out, they were some of the production guys were fans of the show.
I could have been in an episode at the end of season 1 when I was a younger gentleman.
What happened?
I can't act and I got no audition. I'm just saying I could have.
I was driving down, I guess it's a Searingtown Road maybe, going north, and they have those little Nassau County little substation houses. They're very tiny little things.
Right.
And like you usually see a Nassau County cop car. He pulls up, and right when I'm pulling by, and opens the door. And when he opened the door, there were like 2 WOW stickers in there. As I was driving by, I'm like, the cops are a fan.
Yeah, we got to figure out something with that WOW thing.
Oh, it's gone.
Even if we just get stickers out there or something.
We should get more stickers.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything anymore because no one shows their tits.
Yeah.
The women groups will get mad. It should be something else.
Yeah, it was just
They were really
timing.
showing their tits for a while, though.
I know.
We used to take reports on the phone. Remember that? I'm on the LIE.
Oh, my God.
At exit 36, and oh, my God.
And you know they weren't faking it because they were so ridiculously excited.
Yeah.
We had a lot of good eggs that were showing their cans.
Yeah. Maybe we could just change it in light of recent to wipe them out Wednesday.
Back to the hockey game.
Oh, hockey.
This is important. Mm-hmm. This is how the game ended on TV for most people.
All right.
So stay with me here.
Ricochet off Rana. Bickle tries to play, and that one is blocked by Bergeron. Kept along with Seabrook. Dryden. Score! The Blackhawks have won it!
Okay.
Wow. It's exciting.
Everyone heard that, unless you were in Austin, Texas.
Uh-huh.
If you were in Austin, Texas, and you were watching the big game, this is what you heard.
Seidberg saw that one squirt on through, taken on by Kane, shooting, and that ricocheted off Rana. Bickle tries to play, and that one is blocked by Bird.
You have to love what you do to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I couldn't ask for a better group of coworkers.
You want to know what your day's going to be like.
On To Your Traffic Guru, we want to be invited to your breakfast.
That is what keeps us going.
This is KXAN News Today.
KXAN News.
Wow.
The fucking news got cut off.
No. It was the other way around.
No.
They went into a news promo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's the rest of the clip
for their
where they come
local
back?
news.
I mean, it was long. We can watch it. But...
And they come back.
Just go to the end where they come back because that is pretty funny.
That's the best part.
The BLB has special look for Brad Marchand. The save by Corey Crawford.
That's it. The team's patting each other on the back.
Right.
They're celebrating their victory.
Worst timing ever.
A bunch of people probably going, what the fudge?
Could you imagine you're really into this? You're sitting and watching. I'd fucking kill.
What is the station saying?
I haven't heard anything yet.
They said whoops-a-daisy.
They said,
Probably sorry.
in light of what happened last night, we're a bunch of cunts.
Right. Yeah, good point. Why am I asking? Is that the apology?
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen to the apology. The stupid news apology is the best.
David Scott, KXAN News.
By the way, this is following a report on interest in hockey increasing among Texans.
Oh, there you go. Oops. It was.
We know David loves that game. USA Hockey says membership in Texas is up 96% in the last decade, in large part due to the Dallas Stars and their Austin farm team, the Texas Stars.
Yeah, we do want to take a moment now to apologize to those of you who are watching Game 4 tonight at around 10:30.
Yeah, we unexpectedly and accidentally went to commercial break during overtime in tonight's game. It was admittedly the worst possible time to do that. We are so sorry. We apologize for that error.
Computer automation will bite you sometimes.
Yep, things happen.
it did.
Sorry about it.
I want to tell you all about Fanfare
And now
Friday,
to make
which
up
is
for
this-
it, here's my clit. And she stands up and just shows her clit. And the camera zooms in and they go to fucking break.
That would be,
That would be wonderful.
That's a good trade-off.
Wouldn't you love that show?
Oh,
If she
God.
just stood up and said, here's my clit,
Here.
and put it on the table, and it was a big one.
Put it on the table.
Yeah, her clit looked like a small thumb, a nailless thumb. Here's my clit with our humble apologies.
A nailless thumb.
We've
Nice.
talked about it so many times. There's no way I want a nailless thumb clitoris
Really?
on a woman.
Well, it depends
No.
what. Oh, thumb. You said you did say thumb.
Yeah.
All right, maybe a pinky.
No, not even a pinky.
Not the whole pinky. I'm talking about like the last knuckle of the pinky, maybe, but not.
I'm talking a little, just the thumb, like from the beginning with no nail up to the elbow.
No, that's a dick.
I don't want a dick. I just want a big clit.
No, even the pinky's too big.
Well,
It's too big.
You know, like a fat nub clit? What's wrong with you?
No.
it depends who's pink. Look how ridiculously tiny my
That's-
pinkies are.
That is
That's
true.
still-
I got girl pinkies.
Still too fucking big.
I don't know what happened. My hands are a fucking disaster.
It's
Look,
What?
I got tiny pinkies, and then I got the fucking thumb with like I don't know,
Yeah.
half the nails missing.
It was like you were born into a lawnmower, hands first.
I have horrible hands. Horrible. I got.
Why would someone be born that way?
They pulled him out of a bag of mulch. What happened? Fell in.
I got girl pinkies.
I'm never gonna fight Joe Louis. I got girl pinkies. It's not gonna happen. He's a heavyweight. You're a radio host. It's fucking not
Small
normal.
hands.
I broke most of them over the years playing basketball or getting them jammed. You ever
Yeah.
get a finger jam?
Oh, jammed.
Yes,
hurts.
in my asshole.
That was a regular occurrence when I was growing up playing
Yeah,
hoops.
jammed hurts.
Going to the hospital to have them pull it out. Oh, fuck, did that hurt. Spent a lot of time in the ER with my daddy when I was a child playing hoops.
I've never had injuries like that. I've been pretty lucky. I've never broken
Man,
them up.
nothing worse when, you know,
Very injured.
you get a basketball thrown at you hard and then you fucking just take it on the finger directly.
You know
this
what?
way, bam, and it just shoves it in.
You know it's equally
And then you
as
learn how to
bad.
pull them out on your own after a while. You got to
Equally
pull
as
it out
bad.
before it starts swelling.
Fucking football when you're playing out
Same
in the cold.
thing, yeah, sure.
And it's fucking cold out.
Right.
And you go to catch the ball and it just jams that finger right in there.
And then it muddies your fur coat.
Yeah. Yes.
Little mo.
Your whole fucking hand goes numb. Terrible.
This show is known for putting its foot in its mouth, and we did it again.
No, we
Big
didn't.
dicks, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Our mouths are open fucking holes. Put in whatever garbage you have.
We did it again, though. I always feel bad when the person is a fan of the show or knows well, we don't know 'em.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Sam related a story to us right before the show today.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel bad.
What was the story?
Just because supposedly he is or was a huge fan of our
Is.
radio show. Still is.
Yes.
One of the guys at SNL is a huge fan of the Opie and Anthony show.
Not one of the guys.
Not, hold on, but before the big reveal.
Sure.
There are times where people go, "Oh, I'm a big fan of you guys," and then you ask a couple questions innocently, and you realize that they're just saying that. It's bullshit.
When I finished talking to this person,
You had no doubt he's a big fan.
I said, "Nice to meet you," and he said, "It's great to put a face with the voice."
Oh, no. With your voice?
My voice.
So he's a fan of yours too.
Yeah.
He's a big.
Be nice
fan.
to put something interesting with the voice.
Before the big reveal, what made him a big fan? What were some of the things he told you?
Well, this person, he's a performer, obviously, and he's been a fan for a long time.
Okay.
Like,
NEW days?
NEW days. Like, his first, one of his first acting gigs, he played, like, just like a background janitor, and it was with Richard Grieco or something like that.
Ooh.
And,
just name dropping.
He skipped it. He didn't show up to perform because he was listening to the Voyeur Bus.
Oh.
And he couldn't leave his
One of his
radio.
first acting gigs. His first acting gig.
Yeah, one of his very early.
Frank Vincent. Bad guest guy.
The Voyeur Bus was very captivating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we paid them $1 million, we could start playing that audio again.
He used to go to your
They're holding
show.
us up for our fucking
we
tapes.
never played the Voyeur Bus again.
$1
I know.
million?
Well, that's what they start at. I'm like, what are you, crazy? Who has $1 million laying around?
I do, but I can't spend it on that.
He used to go to your show events.
Yeah?
Do you?
Yeah.
I do.
He used to go to events?
Yeah. He's been to, like, strip clubs to see you guys
dance.
I didn't know you did that. No, I thought it was just.
Oh, I mean,
I didn't.
Oh well.
Before my time, I guess.
Isn't that awkward?
Awkward.
And yeah, now he recently got Sirius XM back, and so he's been.
Wait, what about the Ron and Fez one too? You were telling me. I'm just hammering this home.
He's a huge Ron and Fez fan as well. He's an Opie and Anthony Ron and Fez fan.
Man.
Right.
He approached Ron on the street
So
years
lucky.
ago.
Hours of entertainment right here on one channel.
All excited
To say, hey, Ron,
Holy
wow,
fuck, that's
Ron
Ron.
Bennington, I'm a big fan, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Before anybody knew who he was. Now,
What'd Ron say? With his headphones on, just fist bump him? Hey, buddy.
Hey there,
Walking.
buddy. Hey, thanks. Appreciate it.
now he's got Sirius XM back, he said, but he's been, in the meantime, going on YouTube. And going to YouTube to search Opie and Anthony bits.
Oh, boy.
Listen to a couple of the clips.
Listen to some clips.
And then what happened?
He found his name in one of the clips.
Oh, no.
And said, I gotta hear this.
We're fucking idiots.
No.
Is a blunder on his part to click that link, though.
Yeah.
He got excited, like, holy fuck, I'm a fan of these guys.
And they're obviously
now-
a fan of mine.
Yeah, because they're talking about me.
Unfortunately, you were not talking about him kindly in the clip that he listened to. And it was a long clip.
Oh.
I believe it was about an hour that day.
Probably.
A good hour beating.
Yeah. Yeah. And he wasn't, by the way, searching for himself. He was searching for you guys just to have a laugh.
And then got excited, like, holy fuck, they talked about me. This is amazing.
This is like a childhood dream come true.
And then he had to hear us bash him for an hour.
That's about right, yeah.
Oh.
And he was in here yesterday?
He was up, yesterday afternoon.
And you talked to him?
I did. I got to interview him.
But how did that come about?
I just had an interview scheduled with him.
Oh, okay. It's Drunken Uncle.
Yeah.
I don't even know his real name.
Bobby Moynihan.
Bobby
Moynihan.
He's huge on SNL.
He's been there a while now. He's a staple on SNL.
He's going into his 6th season on the show.
And I guess the bit was, it was at one of those benefits, right?
It was at 12. There's a picture of him
And the
on
garden.
thumbnail.
It was out of context.
Was it the Sandy Relief concert?
Yeah,
Okay,
it was
yeah.
the 12-12-12 concert.
Yeah, it was
And
it.
he went up there with who? Who was-
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, it was
Meyer.
Seth.
I'm sorry, Seth Meyer. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
So Seth Meyer and him did Drunken Uncle in front of a live audience at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
On stage.
And it bombed.
It went over like a fucking strong breeze. See, because it was Sandy Relief.
Yes.
And we had to point out how bad it was.
He followed Kanye West, who also completely took the crowd out of the show.
Kanye West stunk that night. I think that probably hurt these guys. But, look, it wasn't a great bit. And it might be a funny bit on SNL, but in that particular...
It didn't work.
It's hard when you're scripted like that to
Yes.
have to be married to it.
Yeah.
What did we say? We weren't that bad.
No, you were horrible. Yeah, really,
Oh,
really
man.
mean.
We
Really?
were very mean.
Really?
Oh.
Yes, you were.
It's always hard when you're mean to somebody who likes you.
Yeah, prove that we were mean.
Yeah,
what
let
are
me
you
hear a
talking
little
about?
Well,
Let me hear a little bit, you liar.
Billy Joel was on, but the genius
That's
that was
nice.
SNL's Drunk Uncle
Anthony.
came on right after Kanye.
Anthony.
And wow.
SNL should be embarrassed. I was telling
That
Anthony
was it?
before the show. I'm like,
Opie.
This is
Can
uncomfortable.
I point out that this is not even lighthearted ribbing? You guys are being like,
this is just terrible.
like Opie. You
I
guys
feel really bad now.
You
I
sound
do.
mad. Like, what the fuck was that?
I remember trying to call these guys off and stop the bit, and they wouldn't.
Maybe I just keep playing some more.
Oh, this is so
really?
terrible.
Yeah,
and this guy is, and he's a fan of ours, for real.
not the guy next to Drunk Uncle.
Right.
Drunk Uncle himself is a huge Opie and Anthony fan.
Okay.
Oh, man.
He was.
Our guys came to us and said, "Hey, man, we got this bit. It's called Drunk Uncle." The person would be fired. It's
like, what?
It was just a dopey
Jesus,
radio
Opie,
show.
that's harsh.
That was in front of 2 billion people last night.
Every so often you had to
Oh my
remember.
God.
You had to remember every so often. It's like, oh yeah, this is going out to the world.
Every
Right.
channel was showing it.
Yeah.
And it just
You
makes
pause
me
right
feel
there.
like, you know what?
You see how I try to chime in and just give
Yeah,
facts?
yeah, sure.
Come on, guys. Every channel was showing it. Like, let's.
Yeah, you're trying to move on.
Yeah, quit mucking up the works.
Stick to the news here.
Yeah.
Yes. You could be on SNL.
Could do that.
You know what? The person listening to our voices right now, you could be on SNL.
They should have used one of
It turns out the guy is on SNL.
Yeah, whoops.
That last night.
Maybe they should have used one of Jimmy's bits.
Yeah, that would be the time for it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't watch SNL anymore, so what? Is that one of their benchmark characters? Because that was...
I don't either.
That
terrible.
I mean, everyone was like, "Holy fuck, Kanye West is out of place, and his sound didn't sound right, whatever." And then he was let off the hook by Drunk Uncle.
Oh, Drunk Uncle.
Oh,
good.
Oh, you found Drunk Uncle?
Good news.
Oh, boy.
Very good news.
Who plays Drunk Uncle?
Bobby, I think his last name is Moynihan. He's one of the. He's the new chubby guy on SNL.
Ah, the new fat guy.
You know, Horatio Sands.
Body fascism.
Oh my God!
Fascism.
I didn't realize I jumped in on it a little
This
bit.
is
I wouldn't
so bad.
I wouldn't even care, but now knowing he's a fan of ours,
I
Big
feel
fan, like
bad.
from childhood.
now I care.
Like
I
when
feel
he,
bad.
when he was just dreaming of making it,
Right.
like, and just fight it. He was like, "Well, at least I have my favorite radio show, Opie and Anthony."
Oh, see, I feel bad.
That's all, though. We moved on, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know. This break is just. I knew
Did
this
we
was
move
you
on?
guys. I remember I kind of liked that bit, and then I'm hearing you guys bash it, and I'm like, all right, I'm in an awkward position here.
You did not move on.
You sure?
Let's check the clip.
All right.
Didn't he do one of Jimmy's bits?
I think he was doing the.
He did the first Jimmy bit.
Did he?
Yeah, the
one?
construction site.
Yeah.
Where they're talking to the chicks that are walking by, and
With
they have
Daniel
the
Craig?
Chipperson kind of bad joke guy.
Oh yeah, yeah,
or bad
yeah.
line
Wasn't
guy.
he doing? Pause. Remember, we had our suspicions.
Oh no!
Now we have the connection.
We bashed him. Now we can't accuse him of ripping off.
But we had
Jimmy.
suspicions that this guy ripped off one of Jimmy's bits, and we're like, well, that's crazy. We're big headed. We're being big headed that they would even be paying attention to us. But now it turns out the guy is a fan of the show. So he may have heard Jimmy doing his thing and maybe kind of
Oh, now he's being.
inspired by Jim Norton. He was inspired.
This break started as us, seeing how nasty we were to him, and now we're going to accuse him.
Well, in the end, we stick up for Jim Norton. Because I remember how upset Jimmy was because one of his bits was absolutely on SNL. It was twisted and a little different, and we were like, what the fuck? They got to be listening to us over there.
Yeah, I've had a couple of chip bits
Right.
show up there, and it's very frustrating.
And now it turns out the guy is a fan of our show, so it wasn't as far-fetched as we thought at the time. From the
Yeah.
Chipperson part?
I thought Daniel Craig was doing the Chipperson part.
I think he was, yeah.
Yeah, no,
he was definitely in the skit.
I think he was the lead-off guy. Like,
Yeah, but he was the main
Head
guy
guy,
with...
yeah.
Okay.
They've come to accept weak lines as okay in SNL.
Yeah.
Like really soft. It doesn't have to be dirty or all edgy, but it seems like they've accepted a lot of weaker lines than they should.
Yeah.
Like there's a funnier line you could put there. And they,
Absolutely.
I know it's live TV and it's fucking once a week and it's a lot of work, but some of it I'm like, what are you guys doing? It's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do we listen
Very
to?
fair criticism by me at that point.
Oh, was
and
it?
non-specific. Who knows who you were talking about?
Yeah, they've come. Who's they? The powers that be have come to accept weak lines. Meaning, I'm saying that the actors probably have much better ideas.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Specifically
All right.
Bobby Moynihan.
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
Oh, boy.
Something special.
Something special.
And something tells me we're not going to turn around like we did on the Sandler song with this one. Imagine it's so hilarious. We're like, oh, okay,
yeah,
that's
wrong
good.
attitude.
No.
Yeah, we have blinders on with Sandler. It turned out that song was all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, let's hear the Drunk Uncle.
me now is the perfect symbol of the holiday family experience.
Imagine
Please
him
help me in
listening
welcoming
to
Drunk
this.
Uncle.
I saw 3 drinks come sailing into my mouth and I spilled on my shirt. Merry Christmas, everyone!
All right, give it up for Drunk Uncle, everybody.
Hello.
Is he trying to do Artie Lang?
Tell us so you enjoy the holidays.
It really
You mean
kind of
when I
looks
get
like.
to spend all my money on crap that nobody wants? Hooray for me! Ugh. I mean, what happened, man? Kids used to dress up for Christmas, Seth. You know? Before we opened presents, we had to put on tuxedos and a cake. We had to do it. Nowadays, you can't even say Merry Christmas anymore. You know? You gotta say, hey, baby Jesus, are you on Foursquare? You know? Is there a room at the
Pause.
inn with Wi-Fi?
Were you telling me that, or was the clip
That's
telling
the
me
clip.
that? Oh.
Opie's now eating. Anthony's burying his hands in his face.
Yeah.
And I'm just pinching my shaft.
I'm very embarrassed.
Anthony's humiliated.
I don't. Oh God, this is embarrassing.
I want to hear what we said about it.
That was Opie on the tape saying pause.
Because we had some things to say. We heard enough.
Yeah, apparently we were going to say, like, what a terrible crowd.
Yeah.
Unfair?
Yeah. He knows he's bombing because he's adding the you knows, right?
Oh, man.
That's a guy going, holy fuck, this is not working.
How did they think
I don't think you know is in the character. Look at Jimmy's face. He's covering up.
It's painful,
really
right?
uncomfortable. This is in front of 2 billion people.
Oh.
He's bombing.
Bombing. Yes.
It's really uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
You have that, like, uncomfortable feeling.
But you don't blame the audience either. You're like, yeah, the lines are not
No,
good.
the material is not there.
It's terrible. Wow. All right, we're back. That was.
This is now.
All I'm doing is imagining him like searching this out, or searching out an Opie and Anthony, just a
He
random
wanted
bit,
just a fun Opie and Anthony.
and going like, "Oh, cool, they're talking about me." And this is worse than he ever could have expected. Like, this is a terrible deconstruction of his bit.
Jim went out of his way to
Yes.
say you cannot blame the audience.
Right. Just when he's like, well, the audience really wasn't there. And then Jim's like, yeah, you can't blame the audience. It's the material.
It was bad. I'll say that now. It wasn't a particularly. It was a weird thing. Like it wasn't meant for Madison Square Garden.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Because it's a bit that you're too married to the diet. Like on a stage like that, in that type of an atmosphere, I think you have to have a little more flexibility in what you're doing. You have to be able to. SNL never breaks the wall, and I think in a bit like this, you might have had to break the wall and go, "This is really bombing." Like, it might have been funny if he had addressed it like that. Like, this is going nowhere.
Maybe, yeah.
Let's hear some more, though. I'm sure we pull out of this. It's almost over.
No,
I would much rather have just heard Seth talking about something. Funny or not funny, I would have still been interested to hear it.
Let's, maybe it gets better. Maybe it gets better.
I like Seth.
Is there a room at the inn with Wi-Fi? Netflix me! You know what kids need to put in their Netflix queue? An honest day's work.
All right, Drunk Uncle. Now, were you affected at all by Hurricane Sandy?
My ex-wife was named Sandy. She broke her hip last week.
Is she going to be okay?
I hope not.
Oh, no, come on, Drunk Uncle.
Every marriage ends in tears. Birth. I mean, kids don't even give thanks anymore, Seth. They just give each other Pokemons and HPV.
Oh, Drunk Uncle, that's not nice.
Speaking of HPV, I saw Pearl Jam backstage. That was a nice group of ladies. Jeremy spoke in class today.
Oh, that's good, Drunk Uncle.
Yeah, I mean, the way things are going in this country, Jeremy's going to be speaking Chinese.
All right, Drunk Uncle. I think you're a little too drunk.
I'm not too drunk. Okay. So I wasn't prom king, okay? So I wasn't NBA Dream Team, okay?
No, yeah.
So I'm not Jay-Z West, okay? So I'm not Too Fast, Too Furious, Tokyo Drift, okay?
Come on, that's not me.
That's not anyone.
All right. All joking aside, here's what you viewers at home need to do. I want you to make a sex tape.
Okay, no.
And send it to Sir Paul McCartney,
No, don't do
care
that.
of England.
Nope.
P.O. Box, England.
Don't
New
do
York,
that.
New York, 100000000000069.
That's not his address.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the show. Drunk Uncle, everybody.
Oh.
1 minute left. And then you got Jake
Gyllenhaal looking like a fucking homeless guy.
I bombed worse than I remember.
That
really bad, right?
That was horrible.
Oh my God! And all kidding aside, hey, drunk uncle, how about you start with a little kidding?
Yeah.
Wow! Did that bomb?
I love that it just made everyone uncomfortable.
Wow.
Made everyone uncomfortable in the room.
Yes.
I see it out there in Radio Land. People are tweeting and on the instant feedback, they're like, oh my God, that's so...
Could you pause this for a second?
We're back
live. Live for this incarnation.
Yep.
Aren't we just doing it over again? Well, aren't we just playing
it again
and listening how bad it really was?
Yeah. Well, this is the clip that he had.
I know.
He searched out and listened to.
Yeah. And now he'll be like, "Oh, okay. I talked about it. I addressed it with Sam, and told him Sam what big fan I am. And then now we're just doing it all over again because we're all sitting here listening to the replay of the replay, cringing.
Yeah,
it really did bomb very badly.
Let's see how how we wrapped it up that day.
Okay.
All right. This is about 6 months ago.
And the lines weren't good. That's the problem.
The writing was
They weren't
horrible.
Good.
Did he just make that up, you think, on the spot?
No. That was. It looked like he was reading the teleprompter at one point. He might have went off book a little bit, but it looked fairly, or maybe he had a cue card guy. I don't know how SNL does it, but
The weird thing about SNL is they feel like if they can get a character on television multiple times, it's like this cultural thing that people will get. Like it used to be.
Yes.
But it's
Rosanna Dana.
Exactly.
But it made you laugh back then. Like,
yeah, the material was there. The writing was there. That's a horrible character, and the writing stinks.
We're back live here. It's the day James Gandolfini died. Just in case you're wondering what live we mean.
Well, I just want to hear how bad it was.
Well, you really brought it home.
I
didn't
don't
you?
remember.
But you didn't leave any room for interpretation. That's a terrible character, and the writing stinks. That's the one that was the nail in his coffin. He's like, well, it was a rough set. It wasn't very good.
Oof.
But you just kind of summed it all up.
Yeah, you're going out of your way to not only say that it was the wrong place and the wrong
this was
time
before
for
I
that
knew-
character. You're saying the character is terrible, and you said earlier in the clip, if somebody pitched you this character just for this dumb radio show,
right,
you would fire
I
them.
acknowledge
They'd be fired.
I acknowledge it's a dumb radio show. And can I defend myself? This
Sure.
was before I knew that he was a big fan of the Opie and Anthony
That's
show.
what makes it worse.
So
we would have been
open and honest.
Yeah, that was your gut feeling.
We would have smoothed out the edges a little bit that day.
Did you realize you only heard like a murmur from the audience the whole time? It never changed the dynamic of the audience. You never heard, like there was a little bit of a gain when he mentioned Pearl Jam.
Right.
And McCartney, yeah.
Yeah, McCartney. The rest was just like people were talking amongst themselves.
They gave up on even paying attention.
Oh yeah.
See, we're just
Because there wasn't
again.
there wasn't even booze. They weren't even annoyed enough to boo. They just said, fuck it, let's go get a beer.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say they probably wouldn't boo at a charity event like that. Like they might, but
Oh, they would. Madison Square Garden, New York City. Come on. Let's. I want to hear how this clip. We have less than a minute left from that day,
Oh, my
6
God.
months ago. Lorne Michaels should be ashamed today.
Okay.
Right when we kick back in, Opie comes up with another fucking cruise missile.
But see, the anger that day is because of you, Jimmy. Because I know where this all started.
yeah,
So I wasn't going to fucking, sit back on this one.
Wow.
Because Jimmy, I saw it in his face, the frustration that he felt like SNL was kind of ripping him off a little bit.
Yeah, not on
or
that one,
or
but-
taken from him. No, I know,
Yeah,
but
the
I know
chip
it was
stuff.
this guy, in another skit. So this is where the venom's coming from, because I know how frustrated you were. You come up with this very original character. Next thing you know, it's sort of on SNL in a slightly different way.
Fuck yeah.
And the writing stinks. Lorne Michaels should be ashamed today.
Probably is.
Well, he signed off on that, I'm sure. You know, they probably went to him and said, "Look, you got a few minutes on this, this concert. What do you want to do?"
Yeah.
And he had to be the one that said, "Let's do the drunk uncle thing."
Seth, do drunk uncle. Okay. You think even Seth Meyers was like, "Oh God." They must have known, like, when they started, like, "Oh boy, this isn't going well."
Sure, because he kept calling him drunk uncle.
Yeah.
You could
Oh,
see-
drunk uncle.
Oh, drunk uncle. Anything to have more Seth words and less drunk uncle words.
Like, oh, Chip, or oh, Uncle Paul. Yeah.
Uncle Paul would have been a great addition to
Oh,
this.
really? Yes.
It would have bombed, but at least it would have made this radio audience enjoy it.
That guy's on SNL, and we would never have him on this show. I would never have that guy.
Holy shit!
And if you're just tuning, you gotta listen to the replay because
Oh, is that brutal? That was the worst thing that could have been said.
Dude, it's one gem after another.
I have to say, Opie was the most ruthless during this.
It was so mean.
This little deconstruction.
I was sticking up. I know where I was that day.
Wow.
I was sticking up for our pal Jim Norton.
Thank you.
I was very fucking mad because it was like 2 or 3 weeks in a row where we're like, "What is SNL doing?" They're biting off Jimmy a little bit, and then you say that on your radio show, and everyone's like, "Ah, shut the fuck up." Who? You know, like the SNL guys are listening to you. But then we have the connection. The guy turns out to be a huge fan of our show from back in the day.
This guy thinks that you're very talented, Opie.
Oh my goodness!
And you said Lorne Michaels should be ashamed and that you would never have him on the show.
I love that. Like, I got to hear that line
Every
again.
line gets worse.
Because it's so bad.
Just when you think it's going to wrap up painlessly,
Yes,
the
yes.
last 20 seconds are fucking atomic bombs.
Oh God, that's so bad.
Can you imagine going through YouTube?
Knowing the guy knows us or whatever, likes what we do, makes it so much fun.
Imagine looking for like a funny clip, like you just want to laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, my favorite radio show brought my name up.
Love this.
And then you click on it, and your favorite radio show is advocating for you to lose your job.
Right.
Says that they would never have you on as a guest.
No. Not funny, not entertaining.
Right. Just
oh, wow. This is bad. For Uncle Paul. Yeah.
Uncle Paul would have been a great addition to this.
Oh, really? Yes.
It would have bombed, but at least it would have made this radio audience enjoy it.
That guy's on SNL, and we would never have him on this show.
No.
I would never have that guy on.
Oof. Wow, that was really uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's not good.
Oh.
That's it. That's the end of the clip. Wow.
So that's Bobby Moynihan.
Yeah.
And if you're just tuning in, listen to the replay, please. But basically, we found out that he's a huge fan, Sam is saying, of our show.
Sam did an interview with him.
And to his credit, you know,
we're about to play that audio. It gets better now.
Before the interview started, I was introduced to him. He was like, Sam Roberts, this will be on the Opie and Anthony channel. And then he immediately said he was a big fan. And immediately said, you know, those guys, I found a clip of them on YouTube. They didn't like my 12-12-12 performance.
That like stuck in his head the most out of anything.
Sure.
All the going to our appearances or whatever, liking the show, listening, those moments where you knew where you were when you heard a certain bit and things like that, all went away, and he just remembers that.
Well, he has to know that didn't do well. Like, as a performer, especially a guy like that who does live TV.
Jimmy.
No, I'm not even shit on him.
There's a difference between knowing you didn't do well and listening to people that you have admired over the years taking runny diarrhea shits on everything you hold dear.
Yeah, but in all honesty, he had to know in that moment. Like, I would love to ask him in that moment, how long into that did you realize we are in trouble?
Uh-oh.
Like, was it the first line, or is there something you... Because, like, as a stand-up, I'll do a bit, and I'm surprised if whatever line I've chosen as the opening line doesn't work, because it's usually a line I think is strong. So then I'll go into the second one, and when that doesn't work, sometimes you'll even jump ahead and pull out something that you know is a fucking punch. And when that doesn't work, you're like, sinkaroo.
You're in trouble.
I'm in Dutch. And I'm wondering with him
when that moment was where
was it after the opening song, or was it one line in?
we just don't hear any fucking reaction.
About it in the clip.
Oh, good.
But why wouldn't you just acknowledge? I don't understand that.
They
You're
never-
bombing so badly. Why would you just continue and try to get to the end of the bit? Wouldn't you just say, just blow up your spot?
Well, was he a stand-up or just a sketch guy?
He was not a stand-up.
See, a lot of times sketch guys are what makes them good is also what dooms them.
Yeah.
Is that they are married in that moment to the scene, and it's also why they do scenes well when they go well, because they don't break them.
Right.
It's only he only ever did sketch and improv.
Yeah.
All right. So yesterday he came in and Sam interviewed him.
That must have been comfortable.
That's when we learned that he was a fan of ours.
And I intended to kind of just ask him how that night went. I had no idea that it was going to be in this context.
Oh, wow. Okay. So here's the audio from yesterday, brand new audio, with Bobby Moynihan, who plays Drunk Uncle.
But I didn't know that you were a giant Opie and Anthony guy.
Yeah. I've been listening for years.
And we were talking, and you've heard their take on Drunk Uncle at the 12.
I think I found it on YouTube. I was just looking up Opie and Anthony stuff.
Did you hear the part where he said he's been listening for years?
Yeah.
Well, like I said earlier, we hear that a lot from celebrities, and then you realize they're just saying that.
Yeah.
I can always
just say that.
It
sounds like he's not.
He's 100% telling the truth.
Yeah.
Looking up Opie and Anthony stuff and saw my name
For your
and was
pleasure, you're like, I just like to laugh.
Well, I just got Sirius again. I hadn't had it for a while, and then
Can you pause? Can I tell you what I hate
listening.
about Sam in this fucking interview? Sam knows that he's not guilty in this clip of anything.
Yeah.
So he can pretty much just cheerlead and go, so what happened on the clip with Opie and Anthony? Because he knows he didn't say anything.
That's the beauty of Sam, though, man.
Yeah.
Troublemaker.
He's not going to hide. I love it.
No way.
That's what I like about Sam. He doesn't hide.
Why would he hide? He didn't say anything.
No,
but
I don't hide when I point out other people's murders. But if you rape somebody, I'd be happy to talk about it.
But you're like, I just like to laugh.
Well, I just got Sirius again. I hadn't had it for a while, and then started listening again and got back into it, and then was looking up stuff on YouTube and saw my name and was mortified. I was like, oh no, what have I done? But they were talking about I did the 12-12-12 concert as Drunk Uncle.
Yeah.
And it did not go very well.
What's it like to go up there?
What's it like to bomb at Madison Square Garden? Oh, it's the best.
Did you know that was going to happen, though?
The second I walked in the door, I knew it might not have been the best idea.
So you're in the Drunk Uncle outfit.
Standing in the Drunk Uncle outfit. Chelsea Clinton is standing there. You look like an idiot. Every single rock god is in a room, and you have makeup on, and you're holding a fake drink. It was a wonderful thing to be a part of. But,
of course.
But the lasting scar will last forever. Yeah, I found a video where they were bashing me. Opie and Anthony were bashing the performance, and rightfully so.
You found that.
I
not
completely
offended by
agree
that.
with everything they said. But that was a rough night.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he seems like a good dude. That really, but again, he knows you have to know. That's interesting. Stand next to Chelsea. The humiliation of knowing you have to go out. Like, that's fucking, oh my God, I don't belong here.
I cut the clip down just for our purposes, but he went on to talk about how the teleprompter just kept going, and he just wanted it to end. He was watching everybody just stand up and go to the bathroom, and he said it was horrible.
That's brutal, man.
Did he talk about, this is what I'd love to ask him, what the moment you finished and walked backstage, like, who did you see and what were the... Because walking backstage after a shit performance...
You probably wouldn't make eye contact with anyone.
People just don't look at you. Or
you look down.
Well, they say, hey,
walk
good
off.
job. It's great, man. Great job. Or I'm wondering what people said to him. Did everybody ignore him? Did he get a picture with McCartney, or was he too ashamed?
Like the scene in Private Parts where Fart Man walks back and Ozzy goes,
Right.
what a fucking asshole.
Fucking asshole.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was
Ozzy
funny.
was in that?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, Jesus.
That was the shy Howard. He comes back. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. You fucking asshole.
I bet you Drunk Uncle had the same experience.
I'm sure he
Very
did.
similar to that.
And he told me off the air. He described it. He described it in more detail off the air. I believe he said he was listening to you guys and wanted to tear his heart out of his chest.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
We got to get him on now.
Oh, we do.
Now we have to get him on. Even though we said we would never have him on.
No, you said that.
Oh, Opie, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now there's a connection there. We got to have him on.
Well, yeah.
And I told him the secret. I was like, those guys will never talk badly about you again. If you go on and you say, I heard when you made fun of me, you were right.
Oh.
It's the last time they'll ever say a bad word about you.
That's right.
So I think I think we're trying to get him for next week
I
or
wouldn't.
something.
I wouldn't beat him up if he came in. No fucking way.
No.
Not with everything we've learned here today.
He's a talented guy.
I know what I'd probably say.
Chip.
Looks like you sobered up. Fucking place will go nuts.
When?
After that. A little later.
After that.
Well, you know.
Well, I'm officially now on his side. I'm in his camp. I'm
like
a fan.
the drunk uncle.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Here's
if they
all.
like us, we like them.
Yeah,
It's as easy as that.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's successful or anything. He's got SNL, but then he's also one of the main voices in the new Monsters Inc. movie.
Is he
there
really?
you go.
Yeah.
It probably is successful.
Well, you know what?
right.
I saw the Drunk
Misjudged.
Uncle sketch in context on the Weekend Update on the show, and really, it wasn't. It wasn't that.
Way to smooth things over.
What are
you doing?
What are you sound like your parents making up right now in 1972.
It works under the context of, oh my God, is he Guy Fieri?
He does a great Guy Fieri.
Oh, let's hear his guy. You know what?
Let's
Try to turn this whole fucking thing
Come
around
on.
today.
Yeah.
If he does a great Guy Fieri and he makes fun of that whole rock and roll shit like we do, then we're all in with him. Maybe we just gotta, embrace a different character.
Maybe.
And see it, like Anthony said, in the proper context.
Right. All right. We're doing this cold. I've never heard his Guy Fieri.
Yeah,
So this could go really bad.
That's a commercial that they can't
Lee.
load for 20 seconds.
Why can't they load?
Yeah,
And then
even
we'll
when they
stop.
can't load the commercial, you still have to sit here and wait.
He's got the flame shirt, the spiky blonde hair. Yeah.
He does have that.
Yeah.
It's very deep voice.
And I guess he acts like Guy Fieri,
Yes, he
That's
does.
exactly right.
which is
Guy Fieri.
rocking.
Rock and roll.
Tomorrow, the New York Giants take on the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl.
That's this week?
All right. Here with some ideas on what to serve at your Super Bowl party is the Food Network's Guy Fieri.
Got the sunglasses in the back.
Seth Meyers cutting wires using pliers.
It rhymes. Guy, I'm excited for these recipes. Are you ready?
I was born crazy. Full throttle. Now, one of my favorite parts of any Super Bowl party is the finger ball foot food.
Oh, I think you mean football finger food.
Nope. I got it backwards on purpose, much like my sunglasses. Protect your neck.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
The key to Super Bowl food is having a theme. So what better way to get ready for the Giants versus the Pats than with a giant pat of butter?
Coming up at 9 o'clock, Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood?
Yes.
Yes,
And
Elijah
I think
Wood.
Ricky Gervais is coming in today.
We think at 10 o'clock.
That's right. Stay there.
I have an
More Opie and
announcement.
Anthony.
Can I do an announcement?
Oh, sure.
It's a very special announcement.
Sure.
We'll get back to that in a second. Anti-social comedy tour is sold out.
Oh, good.
Amy, Artie, myself, and David Tell will be doing a second show July 20th.
Nice.
I saw Amy last night. She's looking rather lovely.
Sure.
And we have a billboard outside Lincoln Tunnel.
I know. You said that when she was in. the other day. It's
Oh, yeah.
terrific.
I haven't driven by it yet.
That's amazing.
July 20th, 10 p.m. show has been added. This one will probably sell out at the Sands in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So please come. And when we get back, maybe I could talk about my big acting thing last night.
Ah.
Jimmy got to act with an A-lister.
Don't say anything.
For real.
Oh, boy. I want to guess.
For real.
I want to guess.
And so did he.
Indeed.
Elijah Wood on the way. And, the Opie and Anthony podcast, the brand new episode is up there. People are loving the 8-track porn bit that we put on this week's
Oh,
podcast.
yeah.
Doesn't that feature Patrice O'Neal?
Oh, yeah, it does.
So you get to hear some Patrice O'Neal, too,
That's
man.
good.
Just killing it when we went over the 8-track porn.
I haven't heard that in so long,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that and Liberace's ex-lover, Scott Thorson, with his lies.
You all bought it hook, line, and sinker.
We did.
I know.
We
We did.
I had a couple little suspicions, but then later that day, I had a lot of suspicions about what he was saying.
Scott, do I make you happy? Would you come in my mouth?
Let's make out.
Looks like someone's up early.
That's fucking.
My morning breath. Let me put that in my mouth with my morning breath.
Jesus.
I'll suck over my own morning breath. Big and unclipped and lumpy.
His lumpy fucking silicone cock.
Yeah, lumpy prick. It's a great name for someone.
Lumpy prick.
The
Yeah.
Lumpy Pricks. Prix. We'll be here Tuesday. All right, why didn't I just let you go to break? Now I'm bombing.
And the Opie and Anthony Nugget, of course. This week it's butt plug. So go get the latest podcast. Opie and Anthony, the podcast, brand new episode every Wednesday.
Yeah.
When are we going to play the Guy Fieri impression?
We were.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Lionel Richie.
That's why I'm easy.
It's his birthday.
How old is old Clayhead?
64.
What?
Wow, Jimmy knows this shit. That's pretty good, Jimmy.
That was a guess.
Well, you guessed right, sir.
Complete guess.
Danny Aiello, who I just saw at Colin Quinn's one-man show. What, a couple weeks ago at this point?
Yep.
And I saw him walk out of the theater, and I'm like, God damn, does Danny Aiello look good.
He's 31.
He's 31 years old today. Is this a typo before I say what I'm going to say? It says he's 80.
Wow.
Is that possible?
It is possible.
No.
Then again, it's possible he could be 150.
No, I think that's
What?
I would bet we're off 10 years.
No, 80.
He's 80
I
years
just
old.
saw him. He didn't look 80.
You look good?
No. Are you positive?
Yeah.
He's always looked 80.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's never looked young.
No.
Danny Aiello. He looks like fucking Dominic Barber there.
Yeah. He looked great. He was at Colin's show laughing his fucking ass off.
Yeah.
And Colin, good news. They're going to continue with the show, right? He wasn't sure where it was going a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. I saw Kyle last night.
Is it
Very
moving
happy.
uptown a little bit?
I want to say the Jubilee, the Cherry Jubilee Theater.
Did you say Jew?
His one-man show about the Constitution. I mean...
Yeah, ho-hum. It's fucking
it's
brilliant.
Great. It's brilliant. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Very topical, too, in this day and age.
Yes.
Many people don't know their rights.
I can't get enough of the Ben Stein clip to this day.
I know.
Every time I see him on TV.
I can't. I always think whenever I see him now,
because
I hold a grudge.
He's just a
Because he's an asshole.
Well, it sounded like
what you meant to say, what you meant by that was to Jew down.
That's right.
Shut up. Oh, Chip.
My mother always said that. Be careful,
Yeah.
Chip, or the Jewish Kikeburgers will take all your money.
Jesus, Chip, come on, man.
She told me that. She goes, if you ever want to see how many Jewish Kikeburgers are somewhere, roll a penny, they run out for it, Chip.
That's very offensive, and it's
That was what she told me.
stereotypical, and there's no reason for that type
She
of
was
language.
helpful. She's a marvelous woman.
No, you're terrible, and she raised an awful, awful child.
It's so funny when I talk to Jonathan, my manager, because Chip is just so racist, and he fucking but Chip's not hatefully racist. He's just
stupid.
He's repeating what his dumb fucking fat cankled mother said to him as he fucked black guys in the room. And then he'll just say that to Jonathan. Jonathan's very funny with Chip. All right.
Okay. All right.
You saw when Chip scared Jonathan at the Tonight Show dressing room?
No.
Did you see that
No,
one?
I don't think I saw that one.
Oh, you never saw that one where fucking that was features Jonathan Brandstein?
I don't think
But
so.
that's how he.
Oh, I did see it. Yes,
that's
it's
how
very
he
funny.
interacts.
Yes.
Jonathan's very funny with.
Yeah.
It's patience and.
You got to be patient with Chippa.
Yeah. That's Opie. That's not the one stupid cocksucker.
That's a good one from last night, yesterday.
Yeah.
Piece of garbage.
E-Rock wants to know if we want the Ben Stein clip. Next time we bring it up. We bring it up a lot.
Some point.
Because we got to talk about E-Rock's Goldfish.
This is great.
Now, E-Rock, now you got to love Sean F.
Oh, I don't.
Why? Of course, Sean F. is the guy that makes the E-Rock songs. We're waiting for another creation. Can we play the latest one?
Do we have to?
I do like that one.
The latest, this one.
Yeah, this is the one he came up with a couple weeks ago.
It's called Big Fat Guy.
Right.
Wow.
Sex Bagel is a big fat guy. His titties are big and round. Slobbo, you rarely see him moving. Sex Bagel is a big fat guy. He's never gonna lose
He's so mad.
a pound. Slobbo, you rarely see him moving. Sex Bagel is a big fat guy. His titties are big and round. Slobbo, you rarely see him moving. Sex Bagel is a big fat guy. He's never gonna lose a pound. Slobbo, you rarely see him moving. Sex Bagel is a big fat guy. His titties are big and round. Slobbo, you rarely see him moving. Sex Bagel is a big fat guy. He's never gonna lose a pound.
The reason why I love the song so much, because Sean F's like a fun-loving guy, and he has passion.
Expand your palate.
Oh, which one is that? Oh, that's the one that leads to What Happened Today. Yes, of course.
It's a big hit.
But he sells it.
Oh, he does.
He's just jovial and happy to be singing about E-Rock.
He's not singing lackluster.
He works for it.
Yeah.
And E-Rock gets so mad.
So angry. Poor E-Rock.
And you're still mad even though he sent you goldfish today?
Why would I enjoy this?
Why?
Because it says right on the box.
Enjoy some goldfish.
You don't enjoy that he
E-Rock.
went out of his way to get you personalized goldfish?
No, he's a psychopath.
Did anyone tweet the goldfish yet?
No, we got him yesterday, and I wanted you guys to be the first to see them.
It's wonderful. I didn't even know you could do this, but you go on the goldfish site. Oh boy, this is Plugola, man, right here. This is payola shit. Okay,
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Make sure the goldfish people know, because a whole bunch of people are going to do this now. You go up, you go to the goldfish site, and then you could get like a picture of your kid, or in this case, E-Rock on the goldfish package.
And they actually used a photo of E-Rock while he was drunk on tequila.
All right.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And it says, enjoy some goldfish, E-Rock. This looks like it's like a real product.
Yeah.
And then on the back it says, enjoy some goldfish, E-Rock. Thank you for making snacks a hit. Enjoy some goldfish, but stay away from the shotgun cake. Sean F.
You know what those two
You're not
guys
appreciative, man, of anything, E-Rock.
Yeah,
Two guys that
so
were
appreciative of all this bullshit.
watching the show yesterday?
Yeah.
They saw E-Rock walk out of the studio over there down the hall,
Yeah.
and they were like, he's not as fat as everyone said.
That's why I
he
love
goes,
this
he's not
bit.
even really that fat. I go, I know.
Who said this?
I know.
The two chubby guys.
The two guys that were watching the show from outside yesterday. But I've heard that a lot from people that don't know you and the show. They know the show, and then they come in and they go, E-Rock's not fat. I go, but that's the best part.
That's why I love this so much.
Yes.
When Brendan Burns was in here, he's a comedian from England.
Yeah.
He did the after show, but he's also a big O&A fan. E-Rock walked in. He goes, "That's fucking E-Rock? He's not fat at all."
Exactly.
Someone said that to me at your party.
That's the best part, is that they have to come up to you and say you're not that fat.
That girl that kept falling down. I walk in and I had no idea who she was. She comes over. Oh, it's so great to put a face to the name. You don't look like anything like they talk about.
See?
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, E-Rock.
Oh, E-Rock.
Just that he has to deal with it is hilarious. That's
But why don't you show some appreciation? I mean, Sean F. went out of his way and made this.
He made custom-made boxes of goldfish.
For you, E-Rock. For you.
No, not for me. No one gave me any of these.
I gave you one yesterday.
No,
you
you
would
did not.
You would not take it.
You showed it to me and said, "Hey, look at what he made."
Is that the problem? You want your own box?
No, I don't want any of them. I don't want
hungry
anything
for
from him.
goldfish, and now you're cranky?
What do you mean you don't want anything from him?
I don't want anything from
All
him.
this guy does is give.
Yeah.
True.
Slabo.
See, that doesn't help.
Oh, sorry. It's so catchy.
Wait, Sean F. wrote, I'll read it again. Thank you for making Snacks a hit. I'm not sure if I know that one.
I didn't make this a hit.
He's never gonna lose a pound.
Slabo.
You don't know if you've heard Snacks?
No, I'm not really sure.
We all heard it. It's in the fucking podcast promos.
Actually, not the new ones. The new ones, it was replaced by Big Fat Guy.
Because that's what we need to
Just
promote
make
the podcast.
sure we know it. I think I know it.
You know that, I mean, Sean F. is saying it's now a hit, and he sent Goldfish because of this. I'm not really sure if I know that one.
A hit. How's it charting?
What
What royalties is he getting from this?
Oh.
Fuck him.
Rock's very angry.
What bothers you so much about this?
You.
Oh.
Me?
E-Rock.
We're all in on this one.
You started all of this.
True.
And then you keep lighting the flame and encouraging this shit.
Well.
And then you giggle like, I don't know what's going on here.
You're right.
You did Moynihan him
Where
on
is
this
this
one.
coming from?
He gets very...
Wow, and you're not even drunk.
It's very sensitive.
Very sensitive, yes.
You really haven't heard Snacks?
No, I really haven't.
Yes, he has. Everyone has at this point.
Why don't we give it a listen?
Yeah, you don't want to be caught looking like an asshole not hearing one of the hits.
Thank you,
Especially
Sam,
one
for
that's
sticking out for me. Someone has to around here.
Yeah.
Inspired the Goldfish.
Right. All right, well, this is what the song sounds like.
Wait. Who
Yeah, sure.
farted?
Who do you think?
You didn't fart?
No, I'm amazed you'd have to ask. Of course I did. I dropped a stinker. I want you to say it like that from now on.
It's horrible.
Who dropped a stinker?
It's horrible.
That's the one under the table.
Yeah, because you don't got that. You don't have this one.
When I aim right, it sneaks under the table. When I aim left, it circumvents.
Yes, goes around to me, and it's a disaster.
Wow, Jimmy.
Oh, come on.
What is
thank
that
you.
based on? What did you have?
It doesn't smell like cum, I hope.
Wow. Oof.
Oh, come on. Don't try to butter me up.
Can we hear the song that Sean F. is referring to here?
Sure.
You guys are talking about snacks.
The cookies and cream.
Eric brought you guys some snacks.
Yes, this one is s'mores. This one is vanilla cupcake.
No, why? I'm trying to lose weight.
When I walk in with snacks, all eyes on me. Cookies and cream yield big titties. Want a flavored goldfish? That shit's delish. Eat all you see. Get fat like me. Come on now. Snacks, 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 snacks.
Enjoy some goldfish.
Snacks, 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 snacks.
Enjoy some goldfish. If you want, I can bring some cake tomorrow.
Cake?
Only if it's shotgun cake and you eat it.
So now it all makes sense why we got the goldfish today. See?
Ah, full circle.
Full circle. That's what we're about on the Opie and Anthony show.
That's broadcasting.
Bringing it all around.
Snacks.
Are you guys aware that, you know how you told Troy, make sure you switch up the podcast promo so that it stays fresh?
Yeah.
Are you guys aware that Troy is simply putting new Sean F. E-Rock songs in the podcast?
Are you aware that it's longer than any clip of Opie and Anthony in the damn promo? Opie and Anthony podcast. 20 seconds of a song about me. Oh, yeah, here's the material.
Those
Go
songs
download
aren't
it.
even on the podcast.
Brilliant.
It's just pure lunacy around here, always.
Troy did tell me while he was working on the promo that he was trying to get everything into it as quick and short as possible so he would have
room,
the most time
For E-Rock songs.
For E-Rock songs.
Wait, can we hear it now, the promo?
E-Rock, do you have the promo all lined up in there?
This is for our podcast.
Right.
New podcast every Wednesday. Let's keep pushing that out there. How's this
Not
one
in the
doing?
log. Give me a minute. Let me find it.
Quite well.
It's doing well. Features Patrice O'Neill as we talk about 8-track porn from probably 6 years ago, probably.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember it like it was 5.5 years ago.
I think I got it.
Elijah Wood coming in about 20 minutes.
What's
All
he
right,
got?
I got it.
Got a movie or something?
Yes, and Wilford season 3.
Oh, yeah.
And he has a movie called Maniac.
And he was in The Hobbit for, I think, 2 minutes, right?
At the beginning.
He had a little taste in that movie, though.
Oh, and the new one? I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, really quick in the beginning. Let's hear it, E-Rock. Let's hear it.
Check out the Opie and Anthony podcast today.
Well, look at us. We got a podcast finally. It's a miracle.
Original bits from the show.
This is so illegal.
Classic material.
Whole lot of fucking going on here.
And of course, the Nugget.
Sex Bagel is a big fat guy. His titties are big and round. Slavo, you rarely see him moving.
Find the Opie and Anthony podcast on iTunes and at facebook.com/Opie and Anthony.
That didn't demonstrate any of your material.
Not really. No.
They're just random drops of you saying something.
Right.
And then 20 seconds of
Slabo.
Bum, 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 bum.
You don't like the podcast promo, Eric?
Troy, thumbs up on the podcast promo.
Little
just
fucked
walked
up
on by.
thumbs up.
Soundproof room.
Good job,
Yeah.
Troy. Good job.
Good job.
You did a very good job.
Yeah?
A delightful good job.
It's good. It's good, yeah.
You did a very good
Dude, we bow
job.
to you. We bow to you on the podcast promo.
Good
Are you guys feeling it?
That?
Totally feeling it.
I like to just spotlight the Nugget. So
You bow to him?
I bow to Troy Kwan.
Would you say that's one of the finest promos ever produced?
It's
for this?
amazing. it's selling the podcast perfectly.
cool.
Good job.
Cool.
E-Rock disagrees.
I mean, I guess the majority gets the vote, though, right?
E-Rock's very ungrateful. He's not
You know-
appreciative of everything that's going on around here.
Get this,
For him.
E-Rock thinks that you spend in that promo too much time focusing on E-Rock songs.
On E-Rock.
Troy, as a production genius, why don't you explain?
Well, I mean, I just, one of the exciting things about the podcast is the Nugget.
Right.
So,
It's setting the world on fire, Opie.
Huh?
The Nugget.
know.
Setting the world on fire.
Yes, it is.
And you guys spend a lot of time talking about it, and a lot of people are getting excited about it with the podcast.
Sure. Right.
So I wanted to spotlight some of the good nuggets.
Yeah, 'cause
and a
we-
lot of work goes into these songs. I mean, you have to admit that Sean does a great job with them. So,
Did you get some goldfish?
oh, that's great. Thank you.
Do you understand now, E-Rock?
No. Why not focus on what's going to be in the podcast that's put out?
In the end, we don't care.
Right. I think his issue is that so far you've been highlighting only E-Rock songs, most of which aren't even on the podcast.
Well, one of them made it.
But not
that was-
the current one.
That was 5 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to the current one, though. I'm sure
It'll
it'll be
be
an
next
Opie and Anthony
week.
nugget. What the hell?
Eric's just ungrateful.
Yeah.
True.
I've been saying that for the last half hour. I
It
don't know.
really is.
Yeah. The guy goes out of his way, makes special goldfish for him, and, and he's mad.
He gets all this attention, and he just has to be shitty about it. It's like, dude,
Why are you
relax.
shitty about it? E-Rock, comment? No.
And you're happy when people see you and they go, he's not that fat.
Plus,
That's
he got,
nice,
he got
right?
his favorite snack custom made.
Right.
And I'm sure his Twitter followers are going up. That's what he cares about. You know what I mean?
True.
People are finding out about E-Rock, want to know more about E-Rock.
As you eat the E-Rock goldfish.
These are delicious.
Specially made.
Yeah.
Thanks to Sean F.
So as long as Sean keeps going, the promos will still be sparkling. With.
Nice.
All right.
You're going to
That's
focus
what we want.
on this kind of stuff for the...
Well, yeah, because the content's great.
Oh. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. Great content.
Yes.
Cool. Well, thank you
You
guys.
can't deny that, E-Rock. We got some great content coming in.
I guess not.
I want to hear about Jimmy
Oh,
and his
from last night.
last night.
I do Tom Papa's
Yes.
live radio show sometimes in the
Radio
Village
show.
Underground. And
People stop really waiting for the
yeah.
ad.
It's like, why the?
so Tom told me that a well-known, popular actor may be doing it.
Ah.
So the sketch was about privacy, and it was in front of a full house at the Village Underground, very packed house.
Okay.
And so it starts off where Tom introduces me. We're joking around about privacy. I'm saying my fans were bothering me. And I'm acting like I'm a big shit. And then Amy Schumer comes up and thanks us for doing little bit parts in her show. Kind of humiliates us. And we're talking about how famous and what big shots we are.
Sure.
And then one of Tom's friends.
Oh my God.
Do you stop breathing for a second?
Yes, it's
Okay.
sure.
A big actor
Yeah.
who Tom had said he might get to do the show.
Whoa.
Was set to come up on stage while Amy and I were talking.
Drunk uncle? Damn it.
No, we couldn't get him.
Oh.
But Tom said that he could probably get this guy. And he did.
So annoying.
It's so annoying.
It's exhausting.
The anticipation just kills.
So what happened?
Well, we were in the middle of the sketch. And lo and behold, Tom's famous friend comes on stage.
Who is it?
I shouldn't blow the surprise.
Oh, my God.
Wow, really?
No, I'm kidding. It was Matt Damon.
Whoa!
Matt Damon, and because I figure it'll get people to listen to the radio show. It was a great surprise for the live audience. People are already twittering about it, but it was Tom and Amy and Matt and myself did a sketch.
Wow!
Can we play the sketch on our channel?
I'm sure once it's uploaded, sure.
Great. Yeah, we got to do that.
The whole
That's
episode
great.
destroyed.
And Tom Papa's writing this stuff, huh?
Yeah, it's called Come to Papa, and it's on, I don't know what, it's like a throwback to the old radio shows. And there's a live audience, and it's like the Village Underground, that they come for the show. They come for it, they know what it is, they get it.
Right.
And he just gets guys from the cellar to do it with him. And Matt Damon had been at one of the shows. I didn't know he was there when he was there that first time. And Tom said, yeah, he's going to do it this week. And we did it. And it's really, we were all funny, but he like murdered.
Yeah.
And it's weird when you watch a guy who's such a fucking good actor. Because it is acting. I mean.
Sure.
And he's just natural. And I'm not breaking down the fucking wall saying Matt Damon's a good actor, but he was genuinely good in that situation. He didn't ham it up. He was just
been in a couple of movies with Tom also.
Yeah, I think he was in...
Tom's got famous friends.
It makes me want to...
He's got, like, legit famous friends.
I hope Tom fucking loses a leg in a skiing accident. He's got a lot of famous friends. Fucking Eastwood, Seinfeld.
Right.
Eastwood.
Matt Damon. Jim Norton.
Exactly.
Sure.
This goes off the cliff quickly. Tom has two famous friends. I don't count Seinfeld because he's a fellow comic, even though he was very famous.
Really?
He's a comedian, yeah. I mean...
I think Seinfeld transcends the comedian world.
All right, so he's got three famous friends. You're right.
Yeah.
No, I saw how Seinfeld saw Tom Papa at the Colin Quinn thing and went right up to him like, Tom! Very happy to see Tom Papa. Went out of his way to, go say hi to Tom.
When Seinfeld, he's got that web series where he takes another comic or just an actor or whatever the fuck, and then they drive to... get
comedians
a cup of coffee.
having coffee in cars.
Is it funny? I really have not seen any of them.
Gervais one's hilarious.
Right.
Gervais is so petrified of driving with Jerry. Jerry's driving a little fast in a little sports car, and Gervais is just hysterically funny because he's genuinely scared.
For real?
Genuinely scared, yes.
Wow.
And Jerry is laughing his ass off, scaring Ricky. In the car. It's very funny because you've done this with your friends at some point where you're driving and they're like, hey, knock it off. It's in a little Austin Healey.
How much is one of those?
I don't know. They got to be pretty expensive.
This is a car if you want to say, I really love British sports cars and damn it, I will go down with that ship if I have to.
Jerry.
Hello. Ricky. Who's that? Jerry. Oh, hi, man. How's it going? What are you doing? Oh, sitting here, I think I've got irritable bowel syndrome.
Oh, God, that is irritating.
Yeah.
You want to grab a coffee?
Yeah.
Great idea.
I'm Jerry Seinfeld, and this is Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Today, my guest is my good friend Ricky Gervais. He's a very funny,
FDR.
silly English comedian guy. And he's just funny. He makes me laugh. What do you think?
It's great.
English.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't know anything.
You don't know anything about cars?
No. Is this a seatbelt?
What do you
Jerry's
think so
such a
far?
car guy.
I think it's a death trap.
It's a tiny
It is.
car, huh?
Yeah, very small.
There's no way there's a little airbag in there, is there?
There is, but you have to blow it up.
Quick!
Yeah.
We're gonna crash! Right. Well, I'm a very nervous passenger, so let's...
Did you eat?
I had some cereal.
That's so sweet.
What?
What kind of cereal?
We can't be running out of stuff to talk about already. If we're going into detail on the cereal, we're struggling.
Look at this guy. Nobody can explain why the homeless have such fabulous hair.
I like the fact that you start with no one can explain. Like, scientists have been working around the clock for the last 25 years. They've spent billions of government dollars, but they've not come up with anything. Like, who commissioned this scientific study?
Okay, here we go.
Now he's
No, be sensible. Oh, Jerry. Jesus. Sorry, are we in the Italian job? Why are we doing this? Oh, no, that made it worse. You, Jerry, for f***'s sake, keep going 70 miles an hour.
We're not going 70.
Jerry's just laughing at him. He's genuinely scared.
Oh, Jerry.
Jerry.
Oh, God. Jerry, why is it so funny to frighten a grown man?
Fear is funny.
Fear is funny, yeah.
Especially when it's not fake. We're so used to fake fear. Everyone always acts scared, pretends they're
Don't worry
scared.
about it. I'm in a tin bucket with no suspension. Oh, jeez.
When was the last time you were this scared?
Doing award shows and potentially ending my career is that's my adrenaline rush.
I work for the Golden Globe Committee. And this entire thing is a ruse to get you to do the show again next year.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to keep driving you in this terrifying car until you agree.
He is scared.
Oh, God.
I just like how he goes, Jerry!
Yeah.
Jerry!
Yeah.
I drive that fast.
Yeah, Chippa.
Fuck yeah.
No, you don't.
Guy who adds nothing.
Well, Chip's got a new bit.
What?
Yes, there's a
Fuck
Chip
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, of course.
We're going to go to break with the Chip bit.
Is Elijah Wood here?
And then we're going to talk to Elijah Wood next.
Okay.
Yes, that's what we're going to do today.
Nice.
Welcome to another Viscous Entertainment production of Porno for the Blind. Narrated by sex god Lyle Chipperson. This is Farrah, Backdoor Teen Mom.
She's sucking his pecker. Yeah. Yeah. Now she's still sucking his pecker. Now she's back. She stopped and now she's sucking his pecker again. She's holding his pecker. Now she's looking at his pecker. Now she's back up. He's got his pecker in her. He's playing with a clit with his pecker inside of her. He's got his hand on her leg and his other hand on her clit and he's put his big pecker inside of her. She's moaning because she loves his pecker. She's got her head on a pillow while he slams her cooter with his pecker. That's a cool picture right there. You could see her butthole and his pecker slamming in and out real fast. Now it's out, now it's in, now it's out, now it's in. Now it's out, now it's in. He's holding her butt cheeks while he puts his pecker into her really hard and fast. Now he's moving her hair because it's on her shoulder and he's holding her hips and he's putting his pecker in her pussy really hard. He's giving it to her good. That's the way I fuck.
Why the fuck did we use that guy's voice?
Thanks for listening, and be on the lookout for more Porno for the Blind releases from Viscous Entertainment.
The Opie Anthony Show.
We're very happy to have Elijah Wood back in our studio, and Jimmy making him laugh pretty hard, man.
Yeah, we're just talking about travel and getting your trips paid for. How long are you off on this press thing you're doing? You just this week, or are you going for a couple weeks?
It's just till Sunday.
Okay.
Could you just say what you said off air? Because I think that's hilarious.
Well, it's really weird. I didn't even really mean it to be funny. I just said that I have it's like whenever they pay for you, because they always pay for you to do press, they fly you and they push a nice
fly you
hotel.
somewhere and you hang out for a couple days and do your thing.
Yeah, it's FX and the movie company. They take care of them.
Right.
And I just said it's free license. I literally feel like it's a vacation. So I tend to act out sexually a lot when I'm doing promotion. I really do.
But then you said, because I feel like I'm on vacation.
But it does. It feels like everything's paid for, and they treat you nice, and they pick you up, and you're done, Earl. It's fucking great.
It feels sexy.
It just feels like, what better way to end the day than by dehumanizing some poor drug addict.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Good.
Never going to think about these trips the same way again.
No, but yours is probably a healthier way of doing it. Wilfred season 3 premieres tonight.
That's great. They're
Every
up to
Thursday
season
at 10
3.
o'clock.
Yeah.
On FX, which is great, man.
Where did the show leave off? I'm trying to remember now. At the end of the second season.
It left off with the revelation that this drawing that he finds with Wilfred, like a childhood drawing with Wilfred in the corner, that he drew it.
Right.
And so we actually start this season with him analyzing what that potentially means.
Nice.
As he's in this sort of existential questioning nightmare.
I have a theory about the show, which I'll ask Elijah about off air.
Oh.
Not on air.
No spoilers?
No, because I don't want to wreck something.
Well, that's a spoiler.
If I'm right.
What, he doesn't have to nod or anything.
Well, there isn't actually a definitive answer yet.
Oh,
okay.
Even amongst the creators. Like, I have a theory. I think the writers have a theory, but no one has actually said, well, this is definitively it.
Okay.
Because even Jason, Jason thinks that Wilfred is a magical being. I don't agree with that. But I think for Jason to play the character from a truthful place, he has to think that the character's real.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That seems scary that they don't have it figured out yet, though. Where they're kind of just... They have it figured out, right?
They might have an idea.
I think they have it figured out. It's not like Lostian, where they were like making it up as they went along. I think the conceit is probably what the conceit is.
Okay.
But it is up for interpretation. And I think the reality is we'll never actually really tell you, because I think that kind of ruins what the show is.
Everyone wants to be told. Everyone wants everything wrapped up in that nice package. But then when it is... then it's like, that was kind of a letdown. Obviously, with what happened with James Gandolfini dying, you think of The Sopranos and how that ended.
Right.
And people were like, oh, what the hell is that? And then as time goes by, you realize how brilliant that ending was.
That ending was incredible.
And what did you want? A slow motion Sam Peckinpah kind of shootout in the place? It just would have been, so...
Yeah,
you're right. There is something to be said for not giving people exactly what they think they want.
Totally.
At that moment.
See, I think my idea is probably wrong, man.
What's that, Jim?
I thought they were going to show a faraway shot of the dog walking away wearing like a hat, like at the end of Silence of the Lambs, and he says, "I'm having an old friend for dinner," and that's the last time.
What awful endings to movies you have.
I know, I really do. I love a good awful ending. Just something that totally wrecks the whole fucking vibe.
I think it's a bit like Harvey. Did you ever see the movie with Jimmy Stewart?
Yeah, the rabbit.
Yeah, so he's got this best friend that no one else can see, but only he can see, and at the end of the movie, he gives Harvey to somebody else. But they never explain what Harvey is.
Right.
So
you assume that it isn't a real thing. It's,
right.
some kind of mental
Well, does
thing.
the person take Harvey, or do they go, "What is this? You handed me air"?
Well, no, this doctor
Someone else
actually
that needs him,
sees Harvey and needs him to better his life.
You've seen that movie too, Ann, huh?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. It's a classic.
It's a great film.
Yeah.
Ann has seen everything, literally. It's unbelievable.
Are you a big movie buff?
I grew up on TV, movies, It's just forever. Just the
tunnel visioning television as alcoholism raged behind him in the living room.
there were, parental discussions going on while I just focused. That's not happening. No, that's not happening.
As the spaghetti hits the wall, they were just discussions.
Yeah, they were discussions. Parental discussions.
Yeah.
Yes, they were very passionate about their opinions. That they threw in the word "you're a fuckface" every so often while giving their opinions.
Well, just to pepper the language.
Block it
Just
out.
focus on Crest toothpaste is the best toothpaste. What another genius. He's the fucking greatest recall for television.
TV was like, growing up, that was my entire life. Go outside. My mother used to have to throw me out of the house to get me out. I was just fixated. Everything. Commercials. Mm-hmm. I just would love watching commercials over and over again. The old cigarette, before they banned cigarette commercials, a little kid just sitting there, singing the Tijuana Smalls jingles and Doral. Remember Doral with the taste chambers? Taste me, taste me.
No one else
Come on and
remembers.
taste me. Take a puff and let me do my stuff.
See, this is what we're talking about, Elijah.
Yeah, they were like these.
He's a Rain Man.
It's incredible.
No one else remembers Dorals.
Dorals had these filters on them, and they were plastic, and they had like a hinge and a clip. So you used to dissect the cigarette. And as a kid, I was like opening it up and making believe it was a space capsule and shit. Yeah, it was fucking great. I was a psychopath.
They say there's a fine line between genius and douche.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Yeah, but then you say remember Dorals. No one else. There might be like 5 other guys.
I don't remember
those. I know. Well,
Do you remember cigarette ads at all?
I do, yeah. Marlboro Man, mostly.
I remember those, but I'm sorry, I just poked him with my fingernail. I don't remember the ads on TV, though. I don't think I remember seeing them on TV.
Oh, yeah, they were on.
Yeah.
Yeah, those.
Absolutely, they were on.
Yeah, they were cool. You know, especially the ones that marketed to like teenagers and young adults.
Yes, they knew what they were
really
doing.
Cool.
They knew what they were doing.
Kids were partying and smoking.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Cartoon characters.
Yeah, you looked badass smoking cigarettes if you were watching that commercial and thought that. Now, if you look at kids that are smoking,
it looks ridiculous.
It looks so retarded.
It does, right?
Yeah, they're sitting there and they don't really know how to hold it or when to take a drag.
You think we knew how to hold it properly?
No, we looked ridiculous too.
Of course.
What are you going to do though?
Of course.
You got to go through that phase.
I want to ask Elijah about The Hobbit, man. Me and Jimmy saw it. We loved it. I know you were only in it for a couple.
Yeah.
How long? Like maybe 5 minutes?
5 minutes, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, the beginning, which was kind of cool because it was kind of like, oh, I remember that from,
right.
Lord of the Rings. That's when he leaves to go and meet Gandalf to take a little ride.
That's the cool thing. It's literally it's like 15 or 20 minutes before that first scene in the first movie.
It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it, The Hobbit?
Yeah, I loved it.
It's amazing.
I loved it, man.
And you know what it was also? It was like with the Lord of the Rings trilogy, watching each one, after The Hobbit, right when the end comes, you're like, what? Oh, fuck, it's a trilogy! That's right!
Yeah.
God damn it, how long do I have to wait?
I know.
You get like the dragon little eye opens
when
and you're
things
like,
are kicking ass.
oh man.
The eyelid. It's like, now we got to wait a year? It's about a year, right?
It's a year, yeah.
It's a year.
So it'll be December this year.
Solid.
All right, we're getting there.
Solid year, yeah.
Well, they're done with it, right?
We're about halfway through.
They're done making it.
No, well, they shot all of it at the same time, same thing that we did for Rings, but then they, midway through the editing process of the first one, they realized that they had to split it into 3 films. So they had to go back and shoot additional footage for the third film, and I think a bit for the second, which we did on Rings. We continued to shoot even after the fact, because they would basically like have the luxury of looking at a cut, see what's missing, see what isn't working, and then add new stuff.
Was there instances where technology itself would kind of advance, and then you'd be like, well, now we got to do that over again, or we got to at least put it in post-production in some way, shape, or form?
I think that did happen. I think initially, actually, during the film, they were shooting footage of fire for the purpose of using that and to digitize that. Over the course of the shooting, they wrote the program for fire.
Okay, yeah.
Like a better program for fire.
So it's better fire than fire.
That happened along the way.
Yeah. I watching the documentary, all the footage that came with the DVDs and everything, you realize
get lost in those documentaries.
Totally, man. I've spent weeks watching those things, and you realize how at the forefront of that technology. Peter and all the people
it still
involved in it is. It's
films.
Amazing. It looks great.
It doesn't look
really
dated.
does. Yeah.
No.
And now you got a movie also, Maniac?
Yeah.
And this is a remake of a movie from
1980 film.
80s.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. and it's a little dark.
Yeah, just a little.
It's a tad dark.
Yeah, it's basically about a serial killer. It's about a guy who stalks women and kills them and keeps their scalps on mannequins.
It is honestly the weirdest film I've ever jerked off to. But I got to tell you, but
you did it on vacation. So
That's true.
But there's scalping in it. And there was one in particular, they're all really fucking graphic. But there's one in particular where it just, it violated me. Like it was, and I'm saying that in a good way, it was really uncomfortable to watch. And gore movies don't ever freak me out. But there was one where it's like, he's really fucking scalping this woman. And you know he's not. But it was,
which one was it?
I want to say it was the second one. Not
the girl in her apartment, the young girl? Yeah.
I think it was that. It was something about the way they shot it with the straight razor.
I think that was the second one.
And you could hear it. You could hear it
crunchy,
and you could see it being lifted off, kind of like almost like a moving head. And it was just
the sound design on that is really brutal.
Horrendous.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you play an absolute fucking creep in that movie.
Yes.
What a dirty fucking I'm like, why did chicks want to bang him? His fingers and hands were dirty. Red knuckles. Like,
yeah.
Even his hands are creepy. So, there was some really, really great gore in that. I quite enjoyed that.
You normally play likable guys
for the most part.
For the most part,
yeah.
so
that's continued.
Anything different you had to do? Psych yourself up, or is it pretty much, hey, here's my part?
Well, this was an interesting role because it was largely not on camera. The movie is actually in a mostly POV. About 80% of the film is in POV.
Was that the way the 1980 movie was too?
No.
Oh, okay. This is just
no, which is partly why I wanted to do this because I don't love remakes. Specifically movies that don't do anything different or don't have a perspective that's unique. So the fact that they wanted to shoot this in POV and that the killer would only really be seen in reflections was really exciting. So therefore the approach is a little bit different. It was kind of largely technical on set, except for those very specific character moments where you see the character.
Right.
And then a lot of it was re-recorded, like all the dialogue we re-recorded, and I felt like the real character work happened there, because it's all of the stuff of, a sense of presence, his own inner dialogue, and I was able to kind of work with the nuances of what the character was. But it was a lot of fun.
There was a couple of moments where they all of a sudden the camera's just looking at you in the parking lot, and it was like, I wonder why they did that. I didn't mind it, but I was like wondering.
So the kills, the idea behind that was this notion that people talk about having out of body experiences. Some serial killers have referred to that, so it was kind of a nod to that and a way to see the character do those sort of heinous things.
And there's a great Achilles slash.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, that's one of the most brutal things.
Those
in the
are
movie.
terrible in movies. There's been a couple of them. Yeah, Pet Sematary is a good one too, where old Herman Munster got. Herman Munster.
But this is a brutal one, and she's wearing heels, which are just perfect for an Achilles slash, and it's a gash. There was the way it was shot, and those scenes were really, really well done. It's very difficult to make me cringe watching a movie physically.
Yeah.
Because I've seen real live things on the Live Leak or whatever that are worse, and these were really fucking horrible.
I think what's interesting too is that as an audience member, to a certain degree, you're kind of complicit in what this guy's doing because you're looking at everything through his eyes.
You're in it, yeah.
And that was exciting to me. The idea that you'd be made to feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You
also, and plus seeing you do it and knowing it was you, and then seeing your reflection, it was a very out of character. Even though you're playing a character, everybody knows you, and it was definitely odd to see. And pleasant.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice.
Cool.
I love to see guys doing that. I always wish Eddie Murphy had played a rapist or a murderer because he's a good actor.
That does sound a little odd.
But you know what I mean? Because Eddie's a really good actor, but he's always playing the same likable dude. Like, you always enjoy him, and he's great. He's great at what he does. But he's a talented. Like Pryor played different serious roles. I wish Murphy would have done that because I think it would have been a tremendous shock to the system.
Yeah, I mean, I think as an actor, it's I certainly can only operate this way, that I have to do things that are different than things I've done before. I just have to continue to challenge myself and And also, it by doing other things that people aren't as familiar with in regards to what you've done before, it also just helps to create more opportunities to continue to expand.
Yeah, there is that word comic actor that if sometimes people have tried to go from that to serious acting and they've literally been laughed at.
I thought Jim Carrey has made
Jim
a
Carrey
couple
did
of
a
turns
pretty
that
good
were
job.
fantastic.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams, of
Yeah,
course.
well, he's a fucking
Robin
Juilliard
Williams.
trained, but I mean,
Right.
yeah, he's really good at serious acting as well.
Adam Sandler, not so much.
But has he tried?
However, Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
His performance in Punch Drunk Love was phenomenal.
Yeah, okay. I might have to give you that one.
It's great.
Yeah. I kind of like the one where he has his twin sister. That was serious, right?
What was that film called?
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill. Well, yikes.
That was uncomfortable. The trailer was uncomfortable to watch, even.
Well, it wasn't funny, so if he was acting, it wasn't as a comic actor.
It's a big jump.
All right, he had one.
Yeah,
he had
it's
one.
gotta be.
All right, he had a bomb. He had one bomb.
Oh, please. All right.
He's blown us off, so you can see where this is coming from.
Oh no, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? What was
He's
it? What
made
were
for our show.
What were the seeds of discontent?
No reason. He used to call our show here and there, but no reason. We're perfect for.
We just get our feelings hurt.
We really do.
Like Adam Sandler blew you guys off, and I'm here. Jesus Christ, I'm leaving.
Dude, as I was walking into the studio, I was like, man, I come here every year for Wilfred. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
I love it.
It's a great show,
So
too.
TV interviews are so weird too, because like here it's a much you're good on this show because it's a free form just chat,
Yeah.
But a lot of guys come in, actors, and or musicians or whatever, and they don't know how to do more than 7 minutes because they're so used to a quick character discussion. Well, it's about this and how was everybody? Oh, the crew was a hoot. Boom, boom, boom. It's out there, and they don't know how to do like a regular
to actually interact with people and have a normal conversation.
Yeah. A lot of them don't. It's really weird.
That's
man.
funny.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
It's conditioning, I think, probably. You just get conditioned to a certain thing, and that's what's expected of you. And
right.
You've been doing
I
this
find it
for-
more comfortable to have a real conversation, because sometimes those like late night talk shows, they can be great, but there's also like a format. You have a pre-interview. You actually get the segment producer comes up to you and says, "So this is what we're going to talk about." So you kind of have to like fit within these parameters.
Yeah.
And I like when that gets thrown away and you can actually just have a genuine interaction. There's much less pressure associated.
I think some of the most classic moments on those talk shows are when the script went out the window and they got off on a tangent and they have a real moment and a real conversation,
Totally.
and those end up on the highlight reels and everything else. So
Totally.
yeah,
Fallon's really good at that.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I'm on Fallon's show, I have a real conversation.
Yeah.
We just go off on a tangent, and it's wonderful.
He's great.
He's awesome.
I love Fallon.
I'm nervous about the Tonight Show, though.
Yeah.
I love him so much, and I'm so excited for the opportunity because it's a huge opportunity.
Yeah.
But I love what he's so created an amazing niche for himself with his show, and I feel like he's really defined what that show is. And my concern is that what that other show needs, because of the time slot, because of the history that name has associated with it, and the audience that watches that show is so different than with the people that watch Fallon's show.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're keeping it in New York. I feel like that'll help continue to.
That'll be different because we haven't seen that in many, many years, obviously.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. He'll have to go a little more mainstream in his bits and stuff.
I worry. They say they maintain that they're not going to, and I'm sure it'll be an awesome show. But I love what he's done.
You've been doing interviews and stuff for forever, for years, your whole life. I mean, starting as a very young actor.
Yeah.
When you were put in that situation where you would have to sit down and conduct an interview as a child, thinking back on that now, do you go like, boy, I really handled myself well, or are you like, oh boy, I'm just a dopey kid out there? Like, how do you see yourself as a child having been put in that situation? Do you think you did a good job?
I haven't watched any of those interviews in a long time.
Really?
My memory is that I handled it pretty well.
Yeah.
I actually remember being on David Letterman's show, And I knew going into it that David was kind of petrified with kids on the show.
Really?
Because he was worried that they wouldn't talk.
Right,
You know?
yeah,
so
yeah.
he ended up driving the conversation. And I remember he asked me a couple questions, and I just started answering. He kind of cut me off and started, because he just wanted to keep it going.
Yeah.
And I stopped him. And I was like, man, you cut me off. And I was like, I don't know, maybe 12 or 13 or something.
Wow.
And it was pretty great. Like, I just remember actually having a genuine banter with him.
The audience must have lost it.
It was
at that
pretty
point.
funny.
Like,
He probably liked it too. Letterman probably liked it too. He probably liked the little slam.
I think he did. My memory is that he did.
Yeah.
I was on the Arsenio Hall show too.
Wow. Yeah.
Way back.
Jeez, that is going back.
How old were you then, you think?
Man.
I think I was probably 10 or 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
Arsenio.
I'd have to go back and
The
look
radio
at it.
flyer days or
Around
something.
that time, yeah.
What year is that?
1991.
Did you ever do?
92?
Did you ever do Carson?
I did. Yes.
Oh wow, man! You fuck.
Yeah.
That's nice, man. It's
I know, he's not even that old.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a really great one. To have done Carson.
I think I did Craig Kilborn too.
Wow.
Remember him from
Sure.
the original
Yeah.
host of the Daily Show?
Yes.
That's right.
Wow, that's right.
Then he spawned his own show for a while that didn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Jon Stewart did something with the
Yeah,
Daily
he kinda
Show.
made
Well, yeah,
his
came
own,
from
huh?
MTV.
Yeah, stepped into something
Kind of
over there.
amazing because it almost erased the memory of what that show was.
Absolutely.
So he's so established that it's something else.
And Fallon, I think Fallon will do well because he's different than Kimmel. Like Fallon is truer in his nature to what the Tonight Show is than probably what Kimmel does or what Letterman does. I think Kimmel and Letterman might be more similar, and Fallon and Leno might be more similar.
I think you're right.
So,
Yeah, I think universally, I think Fallon's more acceptable to the American public.
People
He's
like him
very
a lot,
fresh-faced, nice kind of.
love him.
Yeah, he's not doing anything on there that anyone would really find offensive.
No, there's
Yeah.
there's a goodness to him. He connects with everybody.
He doesn't have a bad
he's
bone in his body. We all know that.
genuinely
Yeah.
nice guy.
He's one of the most enthusiastic dudes I've ever met.
Right?
It's- He's so psyched.
He's so
All the
So
psyched.
psyched. It's great. And it's so genuine, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
it's hard to have. I've only done his show once, but it's like you can't have a bad interview with him because I know I just probably jinxed my next appearance.
Yeah, fucking a bomb.
Death.
But I'm doing it tonight.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah?
you
Yeah,
are?
yeah.
Okay.
He does have such enthusiasm, and he's a fun guy. It's like he wants it to go well, and they all do, but he's not jaded at all, and he's not going to leave you hanging. And he was a very fun guy. He said, "Just come on the show sometime." And I was like, "All right." I never follow up because people are just being polite. But then next time I saw him, he's like, "Why? How come you haven't come on the show? I really wanted you to." Like he was being very genuine.
Oh.
So I was like, immediately, and I just, "What's your cell number?" And it became, "What about Bob?" I just hassled him, begged.
You said you want me on your show.
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
following
boy.
up about the show.
Yeah, I handed
He's
him a card.
back.
Here's my pride and joy.
Oh, yeah. Rupert Pupkin.
Yeah. Marvelous. So you start tonight. How many episodes of Willard do you have? Wilford, I'm sorry.
That's all right. There are 13 episodes, and there are 2 tonight. 2 that air.
The first 2, I guess.
First 2.
Yeah.
That was a real
10 o'clock on
TV
FX.
insider I am. The first 2 are airing tonight.
No, it's the first one or the
and
last one. And then you,
seventh one.
You watch all the in-between ones.
Right.
Of course.
How did they get to the end?
Yeah.
We gotta watch the rest of the season to figure it out.
Yeah, the fill in the blank 11, we call it. Truly am an idiot.
Isn't it? It's got to be more comfortable for you working than it is working on the standard networks. You get away with a lot more and stuff.
yeah.
We were talking about that earlier because of again the Sopranos and stuff. Kind of really put network television in the toilet because they showed what you could do.
Well, that
with
show
a
almost
series.
started it all. You know, between that and 6 Feet Under.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Because we're in a golden age of
Yes.
cable TV now.
Right.
Absolutely.
It's extraordinary, and they paved the way for the writers and the directors and the actors from the film world to
Yes.
come onto television now.
It used to be like,
if
you
it
don't want
hadn't
to
been
do
for those
television.
shows, we wouldn't
Yes.
be where we are. It's really incredible. HBO kind of really paved that ground.
Chris Albrecht and Carolyn Strauss, who started, I mean, they're doing well now, too, with HBO, with Game of Thrones.
Oh, God. Dude, I'm obsessed
Huge,
with that
right?
show.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
Exactly.
I really want to sleep with Khaleesi.
Doesn't
I know.
Come on.
Exactly.
We're not on a limb
Or
there.
any number of the women on that show.
Absolutely, and half of the men. I mean,
Don't you just want to hang out in the whorehouse in King's Landing?
oh, that's all I want to do.
Just
As long as someone's paying for his trip.
Do you remember the one? Right, exactly. Do you remember the one scene where they put that young guy with all of the whores, and then they came back saying that he didn't have to pay for anything?
Yes, I do.
And she wouldn't reveal why.
Yes, I do remember that.
God, bastard.
I remember that well, and I've always wanted to be that guy, and I've never been that guy. I'm the
Except
dwarf.
on vacation.
Except on vacation. What?
They're saying we have to wrap up. I don't know.
No,
He's very busy. You got a lot of press.
What's going on? He's got to leave?
He's got a live interview at 9:30.
With who? With who?
With Cosmo.
Oh, forget. You don't have to worry.
Cosmo?
You don't have to worry about Cosmo.
Yeah,
Stay
you don't
here.
have to worry about
Exactly. He's talking into a tin can, and there's attached to a string on somebody on the other end. Sorry, not to shit on Cosmo.
You just did.
Oh, they're terrific.
Well, terribly.
They've been very nice to us.
No, they have they?
Yeah, she came in and drank tequila with us.
Oh, that
I forgot her name though.
Tequila
Of course she does. She had nothing else to
Do
do.
you guys drink
Taylor.
tequila in here?
I
We
don't.
try not to.
Well, no. E-Rock decided to do a bit called Tequila and Donuts on a Friday, and he got how many shots did you do, E-Rock?
I think it was 13.
13 shots of tequila,
hammered.
Oh my
and then proceeded to tell us all what he thought of us.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
fantastic.
got the old. I know you don't like me, but I really want you to, and stuff. And then
the truth just came
Oh,
pouring out.
and then
We loved it. We
His
loved it.
crying. He started crying.
Was this on air?
Oh
Yes.
yes.
Fantastic.
It was so
it was wonderful.
embarrassing.
That's
So
great.
embarrassing.
It was wonderful. At one point, we go, "Why are you crying?" He goes, "I'm not." He didn't know he was crying,
He goes,
and
"I
the
didn't
tears
even
were
know."
pouring down his
I
face.
didn't even
It wasn't
know
even a little bit; it was
Oh, it
pouring.
was terrible.
That's
It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was utter humiliation.
horribly wonderful.
But anyway, Taylor from Cosmo came in and she did some shots. So we're just making jokes. We like her.
Yeah,
She'll do a great job with you.
Yeah.
Well, let's promote properly.
Yeah.
We like
Elijah
Elijah
Wood.
very much.
Wonderful, yeah.
He's Wood Elijah on Twitter.
That's right.
And Maniac, which really is a very disturbing film. It's June 21st it opens, and I saw it. And again, I don't get squeamish very easily, but there were a couple of moments in that film that were honestly violating.
It's on iTunes too. On
Oh, okay,
Friday.
really?
Cool.
Simultaneous VOD release.
Okay.
Nice.
And Wilfred, the third season premieres tonight at 10 o'clock. There's episodes 1 and 6 are on. Fucking asshole question.
I'm
that was.
also,
Jimmy.
I'm also DJing on Sunday at the Firefly Music Festival in Dover. Just throwing that
Wow.
out there.
And you
Really?
You're becoming
That's
a well-known DJ too, right?
I don't know
How did that
that's
happen?
happening. I've been DJing on and off for like 10
Right.
years, and it's always been something that I've done just for fun.
Right.
I never really took it seriously until people started to take it seriously.
And now you have to take it seriously.
But it's still
That's awesome.
an extension of my love of music. And
Do you play the Macarena? That's always a hit at the party. Everybody does it.
Well, I play with records, which these
Oh,
days
yeah.
less and less people seem to be playing vinyl.
A lot of your
so.
tweets are music oriented.
Yeah.
And really, really informative. But that's got to be something if somebody's just fucking rolling on X and they go into the club and it's like, fucking Frodo is spinning tonight. It just loses their mind.
They just turn around and leave. Like, I gotta go home.
I can't
I'm
handle this.
hallucinating.
He's going, yeah. It's
Like, what the fuck? Have you played any of the new Black Sabbath?
I've listened to it. I listened to it streaming on. I think they streamed it on iTunes. It sounds remarkably like Old Sabbath.
Yeah.
It's I need to give it another listen to like find the merit in the new songs. Just on a sonic level, it's very much like the old.
Yeah. Number one in the U.S., number one in England,
Rick Rubin's
Germany.
great at that.
Yeah,
He's
he is.
incredible at being able to capture what the essence of, especially for artists who haven't made something like they used to in a long time.
Yeah.
He's great at capturing what they're all about. Apparently, he sat them all down and played them their first couple of records. They're like, okay, guys, this is what you were. This is what we're going to try and accomplish.
Yeah.
Wow,
Which
no
is
kidding.
fucking smart.
Right.
It's great.
Forget about all the in-between stuff. Ozzy, forget about that mullet-headed disco phase you went through and all that.
Forget
We're going
the
back
Bette
to...
Midler look and shot the dog. But yeah, it worked. He got them to go back.
It's great.
He's
The
a brilliant
dynamics
guy.
are there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the things that you're familiar with. The drum sounds are a little different.
A little bit, yeah. But I still think they made a good choice with Brad Wilk. I mean, if they had to pick a drummer, I mean, they picked a good one.
Yeah. Yeah,
And that was
definitely.
Rick's call.
A solid, competent drummer.
All right,
Did you
kids.
guys love the Daft Punk record?
I didn't listen to it.
Oh my god, it's album of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Daft Punk?
You just called it album of the year.
I think it's the album of the year.
Yeah.
I
It's
give it to
extraordinary.
13.
Well, let's play a song from it, E-Rock.
E-Rock.
Stop fucking around.
Don't play "Get Lucky" because everyone knows that song.
Yeah, we all know that one. That's
Play Giorgio by Moroder. That's a great song.
yeah.
Yeah, play it. Starts with a G, E-Rock. And there's Giorgio with a J.
You got it. An Elijah Wood request. This is kind of cool.
E-Rock.
It's in here. Hold on.
She
Yes,
just-
it is. We
All
got
right.
Of course
Why
it is.
wouldn't it be?
All right, let's play this. What the hell? Elijah Wood, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. It's
Yeah,
always a pleasure.
absolutely.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
When I was 15, 16, when I really started to play guitar, I definitely wanted to become a musician. It was almost impossible because the dream was so big that I didn't see any chance because I was living in a little town, was studying, and when I finally broke away from school and became a musician, I thought, well, now I may have a little bit of a chance because all I really wanted to do is music and not only play music but compose music. At that time in Germany, in 69, 70, they had already discotheques. So I would take my car, would go to a discotheque, sing maybe 30 minutes. I think I had about 7, 8 songs. I would partially sleep in the car because I didn't want to drive home. And that helped me for about almost 2 years to survive in the beginning. I wanted to do an album with the sounds of the 50s, the sounds of the 60s, of the 70s, and then have a sound of the future. And I said, wait a second, I know the synthesizer. Why don't I use the synthesizer, which is the sound of the future? And I didn't have any idea what to do, but I knew I needed a click. So we put a click on the 24 track, which then was synced to the Moog modular. I knew that could be a sound of the future, but I didn't realize how much the impact would be.
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
What is this?
9 Inch Nails.
All right.
You thought it was dance music at first?
No, I don't mind it, but I meant what? Not as in could you say it, but why?
Why are you so upset?
We've played this a million times.
Oh, okay.
Why are you upset about it?
I'm nervous because Ricky's coming in.
You know him. He knows you. He likes you. There's nothing to be nervous about.
Well, that's even worse. It's always easier for me when they hate me, because if they like me, I'm going to blow it. But if they don't like me,
so when
I
you
can do no wrong.
When you have somebody in here that's like Ozzy or Ricky Gervais who knows who you are, who likes you already, who's like, oh yeah, I'm going to go hang out with Jim. It's more nerve-wracking to you because they might not want to be your friend anymore?
What tipped you off when I changed continents when Ozzy walked in?
I just don't understand how it could be more nerve-wracking after they know you.
Do you realize I went to a 6-hour different time zone when Ozzy walked through the door? You're a creep. No, I'm not nervous.
Just so you could come back a week later and interview him again.
Yeah, just fuck, I'm out of my mind.
You interviewed him like 6 times in the course of 2 weeks.
I did, and look at the album, #1 all over the fucking world. You're welcome, Sabbath.
Because of Jim Norton.
But no, I was saying we should have played a Ricky song, but he's not coming in yet, so that's fair. Because he's got the series, David Brent Teaches Guitar, which we'll talk to him about.
Yeah, it's this great YouTube series. It's where he's brought back the character from The Office, the British Office, and is teaching people guitar as the character. It's brilliant how much he has mastered that character, and like nothing can just bring it back.
No, and I'm really happy that he did. And we think he's here now. He's one of my favorite people to talk to.
He's always fun.
I think he's a great interview. He's very conversational and casual and
I'll get
funny.
this out of the way before he comes in.
Sure.
You know about razors, right, Jim?
Of course.
You know your razor doesn't need a vibrating handle, a back scratcher, 10 blades.
No.
Jim, have you noticed the price you pay for new razor blades?
That's what I talk about.
It's how much?
That's all I talk about on
Is
dates.
that in pesos?
Oh, God, you're right.
And you're doing this. Just answers and questions don't correspond.
No.
And you're doing this every month for the rest of your life. Well, this is your Dollar Shave Club moment. And it's time for you to join all the Opie and Anthony listeners who've discovered DollarShaveClub.com. Listen, here's what all the buzz is about. It's like found money. All us guys want is a great shave without shelling out $20 month after month. Dollar Shave Club is genius. You'd be crazy not to do this. You send them a couple bucks a month, and they deliver amazing quality razor blades right to your door. You save a fortune, and you always have fresh blades on hand. No more nicking up your face with old blades because you can't afford or forgot to buy new ones. Join the rest of the Opie and Anthony listeners and get a great shave and keep your cash at DollarShaveClub.com. DollarShaveClub.com. DollarShaveClub.com.
That was good. I like the way they end that without redundancy.
Right.
Jesus.
Just hammer it. Hammer it home.
I don't know what to do with this extra Dannon. I had a Dannon yogurt, plain, fat-free, with some tasty blueberries. Now I have an extra.
Yeah, maybe offer to share it with Ricky if you'd like to share a yogurt.
You know what? That's a really choice idea, as they say in New Zealand.
Have an intern get 2 spoons.
Yeah, you want to share a yogurt?
And share a yogurt with Ricky.
A couple of men sharing a yogurt. There's nothing wrong with that.
Have you watched the last episode of The Office yet? I remember a long time ago you always said that you never watched the last episode of the British Office.
Oh, God, yeah.
You did eventually.
I've seen it 100 times.
Yeah.
I made myself wait because it was such a good show, and the show was so incredible that I didn't want it to be over. And I knew I had that one more thing to watch. But I eventually watched it, and it was fucking masterful. It's one of the great endings of any show ever. It tied everything up. It wasn't cheesy. It was believable and funny, and it gave them all, like, this is what would happen to these people. They always kind of stayed true to what happens to real people, which, you know, is why I'm so obsessed with that show. But he's also promoting, is he promoting anything, really? Derek.
Yeah, in September.
Will be on Netflix in September.
He has another show.
Yeah.
He did Extras, he did The Office. Now he's got Derek.
And he's got that show with Carl.
Yeah. Pilkington.
Pilkington. He does a lot of...
oh, and of course, Life's Too Short.
On HBO. It really irritates me because I have no projects whatsoever. And I would like to have a project with Ricky.
Maybe you could pitch it to him.
Maybe I could
Hey, Ricky, you ever think of...
I could be like your American friend. We go around.
Right.
That's all I have so far.
But it would be funny. It'd be comedy.
Yeah. We just travel and kind of get to know each other and the world at large.
Here he comes.
That's my idea.
I think it sounds pretty good.
That's a great idea. And I think that he'll enjoy that. Hello, sir.
Ricky Gervais.
How's it going?
Good.
Hello.
How are you? We're on.
We're on. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about this. We're on.
Yes, we are.
And what's this show called?
It's technically the Opie and Anthony.
Right. So, why do we need them? If we can do without them at all, why are they ever here? Is my question.
You sound like me in every contract negotiation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's not the first time either.
No.
It's not the first time. They can just leave. Why? Why are they? I've got a bad back. I've got a chipped tooth. That doesn't wash in the army. How many hours do they do a week? 20.
20 total, but
children do that in a day in sweatshops in third world.
That's right.
And they don't complain. You're the man.
Thank you.
What? I mean, you're treated like an idiot here, like a schmuck. Do you know what I mean?
I do, yeah. And I kind of never phrased it that way to myself, but now that I think of it, you're right.
Seriously, what have they got? What? I don't even know which one is Opie and which one is Anthony. Just first of all, because I don't think I've ever really known.
Opie is the handsomer of the two, the blonde. You always go with the blonde, and Anthony is kind of the rugged, kind of workman Italian guy that sits on the left.
I know, yeah. So, okay, which one's hurt their back and which one's got a chipped tooth?
Opie has he's getting an MRI on his, I think it's actually technically his shoulder, which he's had major shoulder
I've
problems.
got a really bad shoulder. I've had a shoulder for 3 weeks. And where am I? I'm sitting here.
You're doing radio.
I'm sitting here, as scheduled.
Doing your job.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
I don't know, just out of interest, why have they got the job? How are they qualified? Why is it not the Jim Norton show? This has been my question for a few weeks now. I've known you for a while, and I think, and you've grown, you've sort of blossomed. I think of myself as a little bit of, I suppose, Pygmalion, it reminds me of, because you were fat, you were stupid, you were disgusting. Do you know what I mean? You were revolting. If I'd have touched you, I imagine it would have been sort of, I don't know, acidy or something, just slimy and sticky.
Yeah, an unpleasant consistency.
Just like, sort of like, come from a crime scene. Do you know what I mean? Oh, did I touch it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you did.
Right? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now, look at you. You're the man for me. You're funny.
Thank you.
You're smart.
Thank you.
You're reliable. You're here.
Less fat.
Yeah, he's just, you've worked out, smart body, smart mind. And you are qualified to do this. You know, you're a comedian. You've got a qualification. You're out there every night, right?
Thank you.
Where are Opie and Anthony? This is the question we're asking. Is anyone listening to this show, by the way?
I would hope so.
I think we maintain an audience. Yeah, I don't
really?
think the audience is relying on them being
here. What are the audience? I mean, are they're homeless? Are they in prison? Who listens? Who is listening at 10 o'clock in the morning?
I think it's
They can't have jobs.
No, not good jobs anyway.
No, but then again, you know, Opie and Anthony, they're not at work, so I can't really blame anyone, really.
Opie and Anthony have great jobs. They can leave. They can come and go as they please.
20 hours a week. How much do you think they get paid?
I've never found out because I know that it will just make me open my veins.
They'd be embarrassed by it, surely.
Yeah.
They must know. They must know. Whatever it is, they must know they don't really deserve it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
They're not here.
Yeah, it's in their
eyes.
eyes.
Not here.
They know
it doesn't matter whether it's a million or... They're not earning it today. This is the thing.
They're doing nothing for it.
Whatever
the amount is.
They're not here now.
Yeah.
I don't know... I mean, will their wages get stopped for today? Or is it like, oh no, it's all right.
Yeah.
Do extra Thursday. Oh, I can't do Thursday. Oh, we'll do it whenever.
Yeah,
whenever.
We'll make it up.
When?
Yeah.
When is my question. When are they going to earn their money?
Well, one has the shoulder and Ant's got the tooth. You know, they're injured, I guess.
How does this make you feel, though? I mean...
Healthy. There's nothing wrong with me.
So you've held this show together?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have said that. The glue.
Yeah. Well, there is no Gervais leadership quality around here that's keeping these guys in their spots.
I'd kick ass.
You would?
There'd be a few people just laid off. I'd give them away. You know, I'd just get rid of them. I'd be generous with the package.
Yeah.
I'd say, how much do you want? Just get out of my sight because you disgust me.
It would be nice to see the two of them groveling. Please don't make me redundant.
Yeah. So what? Tell me, you've worked with them, both of you, people more than me. I've only seen them now and again. Sometimes I see them when I turn up.
We're on the way out as they're walking.
Yeah.
You're coming in, they're going home for the day.
Yeah, they pick up a kid, or there was a flood or something. I mean, we're not talking Noah here. We're talking a dripping tap, probably.
Yeah.
Just like this is not. Oh, I've had a road accident. I've not had all my teeth knocked out. I can't eat.
Yeah.
Right.
I've chipped a tooth.
Yeah, could wait.
I've got a chipped tooth. I didn't even go to the dentist.
You don't need to.
You have a bad shoulder and a chipped tooth right now?
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
You sound fantastic.
Yeah, cheers, man. So what's their best qualities? What have they got?
I would have to say that their best quality is they've picked a reliable third person who allows them to go gallivanting.
You're
casting
man.
choices.
You're the man. What would it take? What would you if I were to put you in charge of this? I remember I heard a story once of Bryan Adams, right? He bought a house in London, and it was near a pub, and it was a really rowdy pub, and it annoyed him, right? So he bought the pub, and he closed it down. That's what I want to do to this place. At the moment.
You want to buy...
Yeah, just because they weren't here, just because I feel that I want to, because of syndication, I've got real fuck you money.
Yeah,
now,
sure.
It's mental. And I do world tours. I mean, I don't even see the audience. There's light in my face, but I'm just thinking that's another $1 million. No. And I count it up. And I know one thing, I haven't got kids. I'm certainly not going to waste it on charity.
Yeah.
So I want to spend, and I want to spend every dollar before I die. So
Absolutely.
no one gets any of it.
Sure.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay.
You earned it. You enjoy it.
So I want to do shit like this. I want to pull stunts like this. I'm going to buy Sirius, close it down, right, and then just see them wandering around the streets for a couple of hours, bewildered,
right?
Just fucking bewildered. So what happened there? Oh, Ricky Gervais just bought it and closed it down. Why? He'll lose money. Yeah.
He's got it.
What's he doing? He's watching you from that building over there, laughing,
right,
masturbating.
That would be it.
That's what he's doing.
And they would wonder what happened to all our opportunities.
Yeah.
And you'd say you didn't show up for them.
Yeah. And they start crying.
Plenty of time to take care of the back and the tooth then.
Yeah, exactly. All your appointments will be filled now.
So, we could do. What else? What else would be fun?
Or you could just, if you didn't want to spend all the money on buying Sirius, you could just buy out their contract and then say, look, I got a podcast, I'd love you to do it, and you offer them a lot of money, and then you make them do the podcast, and then you just play it to an empty room. No one gets to hear it.
I've always wanted to do that with Celebrity Big Brother. Just put them in there, and then put them there for like 8 weeks, and then come out and say we weren't filming.
We have a phone call.
Oh, really?
Anthony. Anthony's
It's not
on the
really-
phone.
Is he really?
Yeah. Anthony, welcome to the show, the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hi, very nice to speak to you. Ricky Gervais.
Hi, boss.
Wonderful to have you on the program today. I'm driving and I'm listening to this. And Ricky doesn't seem to understand. First of all, we've been there for our show.
Oh.
You book yourself to our show after our show's over.
Oh, really?
I would love to see you do that. Like, hello, Jay Leno. Yeah, that's not make it until like midnight. So maybe.
So what are your hours then? So
I'll stay a little later. I'll come on your show then. But you'll be a fucking undedicated wanker if you're not there when I show up.
So what's your actual hours then of your show?
6 to 10.
So I always come on at the end of your show. So I always just think you've left. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I feel that I owe you an apology.
You keep booking yourself after our show's over. Oh, hello, Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, what time's your show over? I'll drop on by.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, so I should. What time should I? So I should get her at 9 next time then, should I?
9 would be perfect. For Joe, Ricky, 9 would be great.
And I didn't mean those things at all, boss. I mean, I'm hoping the tooth is fixed and you're healthy and right as Dodgers for this after, as we say.
Oh, great. You guys you got me laughing my balls up. All right, have fun, Ricky. I'll see you next time.
See you later.
Maybe I'll stay after school and I'll get to see you.
See you about 9:45 next time. We'll have a good time. Cheers,
right,
bye.
See ya. All right.
Cool. I guess, we didn't really mention that.
No, the show's over at 10.
Technically, the show's over.
Yeah, it's over at 10.
Oh,
well, that's also
that's
rolling.
amazing. So technically, whenever he was on the Opie and Anthony show, I wasn't. Whose show is this? What are we on then?
We go until the show is on until 10.
Everything still stands. This is still a fucking shambles.
Absolutely,
If you don't even know when a show ends.
It's an abomination. The whole thing really is. And let's be honest, if his tooth was healthy enough to make a phone call, it would have been healthy enough to stay here and talk. He sounded terrific.
So people are listening now, are they?
Yeah, they just leave the channel on. Yeah,
somewhere, right? Okay,
and we
wherever
replay
they
all
are,
day.
People just I don't know what they're doing somewhere with.
But Roland also doesn't say when he emails you or calls you, he doesn't say, well, no, you can't come in at 10, that's when the show's over. You just say, I'll come in at 10. He goes, okay, yeah, sounds good. And you just show up thinking.
So I'm doing this because people, what are you saying, were too scared to tell me that I've got the wrong time?
Roland,
like some sort of
specifically
ridiculous, weird little self-confessed deity on an island somewhere, like some bloke in a robe who thinks he's related to God. So they go, well, whatever he said, it must be. No, I look at my watch and I go, no, it's 11. And everyone looks at theirs and it's not. And they go, yeah, it is 11. They all change their watch.
Picture Roland reacts to you the way Dennis Hopper reacted to Colonel Kurtz in Apocalypse Now. That's how Roland feels when he talks to you.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. He wants to come in at 10. He's coming in at 10.
But what we do is the show will go late sometimes. Sometimes we go till 11 o'clock if we want to, or other times, like 4 days a week, Sam just does an hour here, and on Wednesdays I do an advice show, which is really catching a lot of buzz.
And advice, really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I give very good advice.
So what sort of things they say?
We thought it would just be a goof at first, like they would call up and, I would just give silly advice, but there's a lot of people with marital, sexual problems.
Oh, well, if there's one person I'd call, it's Jim Norton. Though that would be, yeah. If Hannibal Lecter's not available, then Norton's my man.
We give the same advice, just bite her face and then stand on the cart. It's or they're drinking and drugs because I quit that, so they don't they call about that, and it's really it's just kind of fun. And the Sirius wanted to give me a raise, but they couldn't just give me a raise.
So what do they ask you about? What do they ask you about drink and drugs?
Well, I want to stop. What do I do? I'm having trouble. I'm struggling.
What's your advice?
Fucking man up and continue.
I like that.
I'll say go through.
There's not enough of that. There is not enough of that in this. I was going to just pull yourself together.
Yeah.
Oh, stop fucking whinging.
Pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah. I know, yeah. And all these new diseases as well.
Yeah, obesity.
That's not a disease. It's not a disease. Well, let's stop. Let's nip that one in the bud. Obesity is not a disease. 98% of all obese people are because they ate too much and they didn't do enough exercise. Under 2% are through things like some thyroid problems, some cancer drugs. Okay, but 98% of fat people, and they all say it's. I've got no. 98% of fat people is because they ate too much. So let's. That's done. That one's done. I want to lose weight. I'm obese. Eat less and do more exercise. Next.
You don't
Next
think
on the
people
line.
could be addicted to food like they are to drugs or whatever?
Who isn't addicted to food?
Right.
What animal is not addicted to food?
We are dependent on
I'm
food,
addicted
aren't we?
to air. I keep breathing. I keep breathing in and then I breathe out. I breathe in, I take the oxygen in my alveoli, and I take what I need to get into my red blood cells, and then I ingest CO2. I'm addicted to it. Of course you are.
Right.
You have to be addicted to it. Doesn't count. That's the
It's the
sex
same to
addiction.
you.
All these people that go, oh, so I'm addicted to sex. That means you got caught and now you're going to go in the Priory for a week. That's all it means. You're not addicted to sex and food and air and water. It's ridiculous.
I think I'm addicted to sex.
Well, yeah, don't do that now, though.
It's not
What are
healthy.
you doing now?
It's not healthy.
Yeah, good job. This is radio.
That's how I show I'm happy to see you.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be good at it as an agony aunt. By the way,
how much weight did you lose? Because you lost a good amount and you look great.
About, suddenly go serious.
Yeah.
A compliment. Yeah, good question.
Yes, Gervais mused.
About 20 pounds.
No, you look good, man. But it's, anyone who's lost weight, it's harder to have empathy for people who talk about losing weight because we've had to go through it.
No, I didn't have empathy when I was fat. I knew why I was fat. I was fat because I ate too much. I didn't have exercise. And then you tell yourself, I'm not too fat. I'm not that fat. Or I'll burn it off tomorrow. And you'd lie to yourself, you know. But you knew all the time. You know, when you. It's simple. It's just simple.
Yeah.
You get fat if you take in more calories than you burn off. That's all. And you make the decision whether you care enough. I didn't care enough. I thought, that's all right. It's all right being fat. And then gradually you do care.
What finally happened? What was the final moment of clarity or whatever that you were like,
Probably about the 50th time in my life, after a binge of about 8 sausages, I was saying to Jane, I'm having a heart attack. She was going, you're not having a heart attack. I think I am, in a sweat. And so I thought, 48, this is getting silly now.
Right.
You know, 48, you know? My uncle died at 51, my granddad died at 51. You know, they smoked a little bit and drank, but they're a little bit overweight. But it's always possible, whatever you think, you know, it's always there. It's always a little, you know, niggle in your back of your head. So that's what I thought. I thought, I want to live longer. I want to live longer to eat more cheese and get drunk, you know. I haven't given up anything. I've done it with exercise.
Oh, you started exercising?
Yeah. So I still eat and drink too much, but then I think, right, that's...
Oh, you said that last time, that you exercise for the next day. Like, when I'm going to exercise,
Exactly.
get it out of the way, and then...
So I'm just sort of maintaining, What's that?
Skinny latte.
Skinny latte. Did you hear us talking about you, Roland? Did we rate you, mate?
Yeah. We gave you a good beating.
We rate you.
So then, are you more frustrated then when people say, I can't lose weight? Because you hear that from people. Oh, I just can't lose the weight. I don't know. I can't lose it.
Well, they're right. If you know, they can't.
Because
they would.
Right.
You know, or they don't care enough.
Right.
I mean, I just think it comes down to that. As I say, 98% of the time, this is indisputable. 98% of cases, you take in more calories every day than you burn off every day. And what happens is, if you don't burn it off, it gets stored as fat in a subcuticle layer, and that's what getting fat is. It's pure biology. There's no, you know, there's ways to do it. Run, fat burn, cardio, weights, you know, diet counts for about 80% of it. It's easier to diet and lose weight than it is to eat like I do and work out. I have to work out like Rocky.
Yeah.
Because of the amount I want to eat and drink.
Right.
It really
I mean,
is
if you
hard.
diet,
You fucking lose the fat cells if you're still eating. It's really hard.
I eat
to
like
get
a
rid
fat
of.
man. I eat like a fat, greedy pig.
you just enjoy it too
then,
much.
And then I work out the next day, yeah.
How long is your workout?
I do an hour, but I do weight, so I've built a bit more muscle, which burns fat at rest. So the more muscle you've got, the more you can eat.
Do you have a trainer?
What?
You have a trainer or you do it?
Once a week, yeah.
Oh, you do, okay.
But it's like having a cleaner. I train hard all the way week, so I look good to him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, which works, you know.
Right.
And then you get slightly addicted to it, I suppose, you know. There is a physiological thing that runners get after a certain amount of time. Endorphins kick in, and it's like a little
runner's high, they call it.
You feel better, you feel better. Sometimes if I'm fed up and I'm stressed, and I don't feel like a run, I'll go for a run. I feel better.
See, I don't run. My cardio is shit. Like, I can do, like, I have 2 different trainers that I work with. It's hard to schedule. And
Jesus.
Yeah, I just...
Playing them off against each other.
Yeah, well, you know, she had me doing this, so you might want to have me doing that. You know,
Yeah.
whichever one gets to sleep with me first.
Right, you also got the 2 hottest trainers
I do.
that work at your facility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, women. They motivate me.
I have a bloke who's a skinhead.
I guess that's a motivation.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared of him. I'm a bit scared. He's a boxer.
Do you box?
Yeah, that's what I do, yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, and also I like it. So, you know, if I do things like a treadmill, I can do 10 minutes. I'm too bored.
Right.
It's just boring. So you've got to be doing something, yeah.
But do you spar? I used to hit the heavy bag until I hurt my my elbow. I didn't miss any work because of it, but I did.
You were here. No, yeah,
of course,
I've
I'm
done
still
that
here.
loads of times.
If
Yeah.
you just prop it up and fucking keep talking.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
But did you do you hit the bag or do you actually spar with him?
I do a bit of spar on pads. I have sparred. I've even had a fight, which was awful.
And why was it awful?
It was awful because I was a fat bloke.
Oh, so you didn't?
Yeah,
win.
that was like the yeah. I mean, I thought the only risk was that my heart exploded. I've always liked boxing. I love UFC at the moment.
I was just going to ask you that because I'm going to LA July 3rd to tape something, and I'm trying to get Bob Kelly to go to Vegas with me because Weidman is fighting Anderson Silva, and it's one of my favorite things to do is go to UFC. It's fucking awesome.
I've never been to a live one.
It's amazing. It's
really.
Have you been to a live fight? Like watching?
Yeah, I've been to a load of boxing. Yeah,
watching them walk out, man. That fucking especially when it's a championship fight, like when it's silver.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can feel like the feeling of these 2 guys going in the ring.
It's great, isn't it? It's so real as well. It's so real. It's like, and I think Dana White has done an amazing job. He's brought that sport, you know, from what was like it looked a bit seedy, like you know, barroom cage fighting or something. Yeah. And he's made it like. Well, I think it's one of the fastest growing sports. I like his attitude to it as well. You know, you're not good enough. 2 people, I'm stopping your purse. You're not good enough.
He's
Rubbish.
brutally on. It's legal in all of Canada and all the United States except New York.
This is the last state?
This corrupt shithouse of a state is because of the Cuddle reunion in Vegas. They're fighting it here, and they have it can't get past the assembly floor for a vote. So literally, Dana tweeted a map. Of all of Canada was green and all the United States was green except for New York State is red. Huh. It's the only place in the northern hemisphere where it's not legal.
I think because on the face of it, it looks more brutal and more violent than boxing. The gloves are smaller, you know, there's kicks, but then when you think of it, when anyone can't defend themselves, it's stopped.
Yes.
Immediately. There's more blood because the cuts happen because there's less padding.
Yeah.
But a boxer gets hit in the head 1,000 times, and the brain is rattling against that. It's much, much more dangerous.
Yeah, I mean,
getting a cut above the eye and getting it stopped, or you know, breaking a toe. It's much more dangerous in a way.
Boxers are trained to learn how to take blows to the head.
Yeah,
like that's where all the brain damage and everything comes from.
Yeah.
These UFC guys, like the minute you're choked out or you're tapped out, like nobody's breaking a bone because right before their bone's breaking, they're tapped out. It stops
You're tapping out. It stops the fight.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But it looks more brutal, I suppose. I mean,
and
kicks straight away look more brutal than punches, don't they?
Yeah,
and are in a way.
And it seems like looking at it from the outside, it seems like anything goes because you can just do anything. Whereas boxing is
true,
super rigid. Of course not.
There's lots of rules, and but then again, you know, a kick to the head. It's over anyway then.
Sure.
You don't stand 1,000 kicks to their head. You see them, they go asleep as they're standing. So they get a little bump, a foot hitting you in the head at high speed.
There's just a pile of humanity that falls to the floor.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I do like the attitude of it as well. That it's it's no nonsense.
Right.
And I think the show, as a reality show, which it essentially is, you know, when you see them living together and arguing, I think it's a great insight, and it's also real. I remember the first time I saw it, I turned on, didn't know what it was. And I think might have been Chris Lieben, drunk,
Yeah.
Fighting everyone in the house. I thought, what is this? This
So
is
he's
the
like-
reality show I want to see.
Kicking the doors off the hinges in the house and hopping over the walls. And
I was hooked. That should have been the trailer.
Yeah. And they're all killers.
Right.
They can all fight. That's the beautiful thing of it. If somebody throws down in the house, every one of them are in the same weight class, and every one of them can fight. Like, you can't even be a bully in the house.
No, exactly. And also, I love the fact that it's such mixed styles that, you know, you've got these people that have got one strike and it could be over, then they're up against a wrestler or a jiu-jitsu expert, or, you know, I think it's great. It's probably my favourite sport at the moment.
And mine too. And you can't always look and like, sometimes you look at the guy who's classically built like a gladiator. He's cut up. He's got an 8-pack. And then you see a guy who's in decent shape, who's a little thicker. But you can't just look at the in-shape guy and go, he's going to kill the other guy.
No.
Because
Who's the mountain guy?
Roy Nelson.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, you'd think that he was an out-of-shape guy.
Right.
And he did exactly what everyone said he was going to do. He lumbered forward and he did this just ridiculously natural punch.
Yeah, that overhand right is
Yeah,
deadly.
incredible.
But he just lost though, because he took a fight on short notice with a guy, I think, and he lost like last week. But he can't get knocked out. He has a head like a fucking water buffalo. He cannot be knocked out. So he lost on a third round decision. He just didn't.
Really?
Yeah, I think his cardio was a little bit, because he seemed like he was because he just puts his hands up and then goes for the overhand right. And I think he just lost wind after the
Maybe he
first
had
round.
a chipped tooth or a slightly
or a sore shoulder.
Yeah, or I don't work Fridays. Yeah, maybe it was that. Yeah, it's after 10. I can't fight after 10.
do you think they're more compelling when the guys hate each other, or do you just watch for the sport?
I don't care how they feel about each other.
I sort of believe it more with them than I ever do with boxing. I believed it with Tyson.
Right.
But I'm always cynical when it's two guys. You know, we've got a few really good boxers in England, but we haven't got that many. We haven't got as many world champions as you. So when you see two people that aren't number 1 and 2 arguing, you think they're boosting ticket sales
Right.
a little bit. Do you know? And I think they've got to get themselves in that place. You know, they can't. And it is a bit boring. If you know, even the best boxers in the world, some of them don't make a lot because they haven't got the receipts. You know, they might win, but you do want extroverts or people.
Yeah, Lennox Lewis. I mean, what a great fighter, but
amazing. The best.
Not a great promoter. So
Right.
what do you think your opponent? Oh, he's lovely.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Great.
I'm a pugilist specialist. You want to hear Tyson say, "I want his bone to go through the back of his neck,
Right.
and pierce his brain." You know, you go, "Well, this is going to be a good fight."
Yeah.
If that guy is going to try and put that bloke's nose bone in his brain,
Yeah.
you know, that's
He's promised to murder him.
yeah. Someone just got in trouble for saying. Now, what was it he said? It was a fight. Who was it?
Was it UFC or was it boxing?
No, it was boxing, and he said something like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna." It was a term that you use.
Murder him.
It was something like, "Yeah, I'm gonna absolutely go for it. I'm gonna kill him," you know. And he was in trouble, and I was thinking, well, one, he doesn't mean it literally, and even if he did. This is two people trying to knock each other out.
Right,
it's like, who's getting sensitive?
It's kind of the gig, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. But, yeah, it's funny how people, the promotion game is everything really, because there's so much money now you've got to make. Because everyone wants so much money from it.
Yeah, or you're not valued. I mean, there's nothing worse for the establishment than like when a guy like Larry Holmes is champion. I'm sure they made money with Larry Holmes, but he wasn't likable. People just didn't like Larry Holmes, especially after Ali,
Right.
and a monster like George Foreman. And then you see a guy like Holmes who's just kind of quiet, or Michael Spinks. These guys aren't great promoters.
Well, it's funny because both those Holmes and Lennox Lewis were voted 1 and 2. Best jab of all time.
Yeah. Larry Holmes had a left jab that was like a fucking sledgehammer, and I guess Lennox did too.
Which, of course, is fantastic, but people want to see flying hooks and uppercuts and
right.
finishes and
or at least the promise of those. Like is it like Chael Sonnen from the UFC, like he's a good fighter, but he talked his way into main event fights, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then the money comes from it being showbiz. That's why. That's why the athletes don't make the same money as boxers because it's how fast you can go. No one's booing at Usain Bolt because he didn't win in style. You went the fastest, but you weren't bad-mouthing anyone. You weren't, there was no flurry at the end.
Right.
It's all they can do is win, and that's it. I quite like the definitive nature of that sort of sport, though. Did he pass the line first? There's no ambiguity. There's no voting.
Right.
It's not like you got a 3.2. Oh,
yeah.
It's like
you are the fastest man in the world. That's it.
It's objective.
If we can find somebody to run faster than you, they'll be better than you.
And there's obviously bad refereeing decisions, and so there's always a little bit of ambiguity with that. But again, that's why knockouts.
Never leave. And Dana says that. Don't leave it in the judge's hands. If it's close, you can't leave it in the judge's hands because they do make the wrong move sometimes. You got to knock the guy out. I mean, that's the way to win the fight.
That's not to. You mustn't take that in court, though. That's only in. That's only in UFC. Yeah. In court, this is the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, don't leave it in the judge's hands. No, never. So you want to go to a fight? I mean, there's one in Vegas, July 5th, and they have them like once a month, big events. But the Vegas one is a big event.
Yeah, I bet.
It's always fun.
It's De Silva and who is it?
Anderson Silva, and he's fighting against Chris Weidman. And I think Weidman's undefeated, and they're saying he may beats Silva. So it should be a good fight.
I like this show. The first half of it was slagging off.
Yeah.
Two people who weren't here and not meant to be here, and I didn't know that, and no one told me. The next half of it was promoting UFC. Like Dana White needs us.
Yes.
They're going, oh, thank God. Two people on the Opie and Anthony, they weren't there. Really gave us a great build-up. Yeah.
But it is, we talk about the language and like where they say like, he got in trouble for saying I'm going to kill this guy or whatever it was he said. I mean, now you do stand up, and what are you feeling about, because I know how I feel about the language policing that's going on in stand up, or the obsession over terms and all this stuff that people are giving comedians?
Well, I think it depends. I assume you're talking about offence.
Yeah, or what people find are offensive or inappropriate. And
well, offence isn't a case of right and wrong, is it? It's about feelings, and feelings are personal. I think you've got to, comedy comes from a good or a bad place. You've got to know, what side you're on. But I can't believe it. Now Roland's talking.
I know, Roland, he does that a lot.
It's rude. It's unbelievable.
Roland, he'll just come in and dare people to look at him while he does it.
Yeah. I mean, you have to take everything. When people say to me, they ask comedians this all the time, is there anything you wouldn't joke about? Right? Firstly, the answer is no. There's nothing you shouldn't joke about. It depends what the joke is, okay? But people don't say that to writers. They don't say to a novelist, is there anything you wouldn't write about? Well, no. So we know it's about how it's treated. So they assume that comedians treat things without due care and attention. They're like not considered, like they have no morality. I see this all the time on Twitter. This people who think that they say things to me like, so are you never offended by anything? I say, of course I'm offended by things, but it's personal. But what I'm offended about isn't the same as you. You can't. It's not objective.
And you don't want people penalised for offending you. You don't want them to get in trouble if they offend you.
No. Well, you have to be specific. You can't really talk in the nebulous because it's too difficult. So, but so in my show, I deal. The big thing is that very often, particularly with taboo subjects, which is what we're talking about, very often people mistake the target of the joke with the subject of a joke, and they're very rarely related, particularly in comedy, particularly if it's mildly satirical, and particularly if it's a good comedian who knows what they're doing. People's they get stiff when you talk about race, disability, religion. Okay, but wait, because everything I deal with is in those taboo subjects, and you talk about, like, now we're not trying to be funny, we're talking, and so we're using all those terms. No one's angsty, no one's going, but they're. Because they know there's not a joke. We know that we're discussing it, and they know that, you can talk about those subjects. But when it comes to a comedian, and obviously, very often, comedians aren't being themselves, they're being a heightened version, or they're being a provocateur, or they're trying to take the audience to places it hasn't been before, and people get confused. And I think that it comes down to people getting it or not. And I want to sort of say to people, you not getting my joke isn't my problem, really.
What about
I shouldn't even be defending it. I shouldn't even be talking about comedy as a comedian.
If the motive-
I should, but I do because I like to do it as an interest.
Yeah.
But I'm not talking about this as an expert or as a professional. I'm talking about this as just a person because I like discussing these issues and.
And we all know the difference between. This is what bothers me about people's fake outrage. I don't believe the outrage because we all know the difference in intent when someone's intending to make you laugh, and the difference between that and when someone's making a serious statement.
Yeah.
There's a different intent and a different effect you want it to have on the audience.
Absolutely
and they know
correct.
that. And they pretend they don't know it.
Well, I think comedy is as an intellectual pursuit. And I think as soon as it gets emotional on purpose, i.e. with intention from the comedian, it stops being funny and it stops being comedy. It starts being rallying. I mean, I've heard some so-called comedians come out and they say things like, what are we going to do about all these immigrants? And it gets a round of applause from the audience. I think, well, that's not a joke.
Right, there's no punchline.
That's political. That's just you putting your agenda across with like-minded people. So I'd say that, and then very often they say, what do you think of that so-and-so joke? I want to say, well, it wasn't a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Like Michael Richards going crazy, he was stressed, someone upset him, he wanted to hurt that person's feelings, right? That wasn't comedy. I think he stepped outside of comedy. I'm not disclaiming it because I'm a comedian. I want to say I think he did something other than comedy.
He was reacting angrily as opposed to being funny. Definitely.
Exactly, yeah. Well, he wasn't being a comedian. He was being a bloke who he stepped out of character almost. And we're always in character a bit when we're being a comedian, and we want the audience to make that leap with us.
What about the idea, and somebody hit you with this on the phone earlier this week, like the responsibility that you have because you're talking to an audience. So, like, let's say the audience doesn't get your nuance or doesn't understand what you're saying and takes the context of your joke and...
But I don't think you should legislate against stupidity. Because there's only so many nods and winks to cameras before you're not doing anything special at all. If everyone gets what you say, there's not much to get. Why do we want everyone to understand it? Why do we want to talk to a room full of adults who have paid $100 the same as we talk to a 5-year-old? You talk to a 5-year-old because they have to get what you're saying. It's important that they understand what you're saying without ambiguity. With no frills, with no agenda, with no double meaning or level. Don't put your hand in the fire. Why not? Don't put your hand. Do you understand me? Don't put your hand in the fire.
Yeah.
That's not my job as a comedian to tell them not to put the hand in the fire.
Not to fucking spoon feed them. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I've entered a contract here, and the contract is I'll say what the fuck I like, and if you don't like it, don't come again.
Or just get up and quietly go. Like, the people with the whole Tosh incident about the rape joke, and it was like, that woman was wrong because she heckled. Like, I thought that she had every right to get up and leave, because if you're not enjoying something, you should just leave.
But not to take control of the show.
It's not your business to do that, because you wouldn't do it in a movie theater. Let me tell you, if she was in a movie theater, and she was in, say, or watching, she wouldn't dare stand up and throw paint on the screen if she saw something she objected to. Or she wouldn't put her hand in front of the projector so nobody else could see it. She would just leave. But because you're in the room with her, people feel entitled to make their opinion.
Well, that's the difference, again, between freedom of speech and censorship. Censorship isn't turning off your own telly. That's up to you. Censorship is making everyone else turn off their telly because you don't like what's on the telly. And that's a big difference. And I think people sometimes get confused with what freedom of speech is, Basically, I think offence is the collateral damage of freedom of speech. Some people don't get offended by anything you say. Somewhere will get, they might get it, they might not care for it, it might not be their cup of tea. And that's fine, but they have the choice. As a comedian, I don't go around knocking on doors and sitting on people's sofas and shouting my shit at them. They've come into my world. They've come into my church. Do you know?
Yeah.
They're going to hear my sermon.
That was a great way, sorry to interrupt you, Sam, but that was a great way to phrase it. Offense is the collateral damage of free speech. That's a really good way to say it.
And people don't understand free speech either.
No,
they think that means you can do anything. I say about freedom of speech is one of the most important things that we have in a civilized society, freedom of speech, right? And I have to explain to them, and I say, why do you block people? I said, well, that's up to me. Your freedom of speech isn't your freedom to be heard.
Right.
Or even if you're heard, listened to, or even if you're heard and listened to, taken seriously. So that the freedom of speech ends with you saying what you want.
And I mean, it's the same principle as you saying that they came to your church. Like, if you're tweeting something out, you don't intend for the world to see it.
No,
you intend
they're
for
following
those
me.
who follow you to see it.
Exactly, yeah. You've come to my door and you've complained about what I'm saying on my sofa.
It's like just
It's my sofa.
Just leave quietly. You don't have to do anything. Just go home.
Just block me, whatever. Yeah.
Right.
And by blocking, by the way,
and this is what an idiot says as well about freedom of speech. And they say, "Oh, what? So Hitler was right?" No, because he wasn't saying things, was he? He was killing people.
Right.
That's not saying, that's doing.
Yeah, and his intent was his intent was not to make you laugh. It was to rally people to genocide.
Right.
Big difference between that and what
genocide is not covered within the boundaries of freedom of speech, right?
And you know, if Hitler just went around saying shit, fine.
Yeah.
It's allowed. If he just went around, if the worst thing Hitler did was say awful things, okay, he's a bit of an idiot. I don't want to be his friend,
right? Yeah.
But
he's allowed to say
as long as he doesn't put any of that into action, you're okay. You're okay with your funny little moustache. Don't do anything, though, will you? No, okay, because it's illegal.
His first murder. His first murder.
Oh, you let me step them out there, mate. Yeah. There's the line. Oh.
You did it.
Yeah, but we're talking, you know. There's another phrase that annoys me as well. Militant atheist. Militant atheist?
Uh-huh.
Well, you mean I said stuff? Right. That's what a militant atheist is. Yeah. I'm going to go onto a crowded tube station, unbutton my shirt, and talk about science and shit.
Horrible army.
Yeah. There's so many things I want people to know. What militant means, what freedom of speech is, the burden of proof. People who tweet me things like, you can't prove God doesn't exist. No, I can't.
Yeah, that's a great
I
argument.
say things like, you can't prove Santa doesn't exist. They go, that'd be so ridiculous. Of course he doesn't.
Well, that's insanity.
It's ridiculous.
Of course he
This
does.
man with a white beard doing shit in that time. Don't be took bollocks.
You're great on Twitter, man. I love the fact that as famous as you are and as big as your career is, it's like you don't worry about saying the wrong thing, and you don't. I love that you.
As long as you're honest, you can't be held accountable, really. In that Tosh, what's his name?
Daniel Tosh.
Yeah, I didn't know about the joke or anything. It was raging, and people were asking me, "What do you think about Daniel?" I said, "What's happened?" Said, "Rape joke. It shouldn't be rape joke. You should never joke." I said, well, "It depends what the joke is."
Yeah.
Like, no, of course it doesn't. You should never rape. And then someone sent me a tweet, and she said, "I will laugh at a rape joke the day I know that no one in that audience has been raped." And I just tweeted back, "What a strange door policy."
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
2, please. Certainly that's... can I just ask you a question? Have you been raped? I have, yeah. You can't come in.
Sorry.
No.
It's a policy. It's
no,
not
because
me.
there's a woman at the front, and she's only going to laugh if she knows that no one in the audience has been raped.
That was a great one. Yeah, I remember that very specifically. But what an ass she is to say that, because that means you won't laugh at a drunk driving joke, or you won't laugh at a pedophile joke,
right?
Or you won't laugh at any type of domestic violence reference.
What is a rape joke? You know, I wouldn't. You know, I don't find rape funny.
It's not. It's terrible.
It's terrible. It's one of the worst, heinous things. But there's so many levels to get.
I mean, technically, the door policy joke is a rape joke.
Well, if that's exactly.
I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think they mean the subject of rape,
sure,
as opposed to. You know, again, if you're laughing at someone who's been raped, that's not a joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's just you're a horrible, nasty. But I don't find it funny. There are some people that would find it funny, but they're serial killers and rapists.
Right.
Okay. And the thing is, again, stupid people treat jokes about bad things with the same fear and loathing as intelligent people treat the actual bad thing, and they're not related. You know, a joke about that's what humour's for. To get us over bad things. That's exactly what, evolutionarily speaking, a humour is. So it gets us over bad shit. If you can't joke about bad shit, there's no point joking about good shit.
Yeah, because it's
We don't
already
need
happy.
it. We
It
don't
already
need
feels
it.
good.
It's already good, yeah.
Everyone likes a balloon. Who gives a shit?
It's like the laughter is this drug that cures bad shit. Is a drug here. It cures good shit. I don't want that. I like good shit. Yeah, I want something that cures bad shit. Well, laughter's the best medicine. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And you know what? Those people, a lot of them are dumb, but a lot of them aren't dumb. A lot of them aren't dumb. A lot of them are, like, dumb is almost letting some of them off. Some of them are dumb, but some of them are so self-centered in their opinion.
Yeah.
And there's a real self-centeredness that comes with it, and a self-importance about what I feel is appropriate, and what you feel is appropriate is not.
Well,
and
of
I'm the
course.
arbiter of that.
Well, they don't like a comedian having this superpower of freedom of speech and exercising it so well.
Right.
They can't stand it.
I mean, these are
They
the
can't
people that go to comedy shows with the intent to catch you doing something wrong and catch you saying something you weren't supposed to, so then they can blog about it, or they can, tell the world that you shouldn't be doing what you do.
Yesterday, someone tweeted me, there is a cure for cancer. It is called praying. And I sent back, your application for chief of oncology at this hospital has not been successful, right?
Sure.
Okay. So that's a clear joke about how stupid it would be if we took praying as a cure for cancer seriously, as opposed to all that stuff that cures cancer that we've researched, right? Someone gets involved saying, oh, so you're laughing at the fact there's no cure for cancer? No. I'm laughing at you because you're a stupid fucking idiot.
Right.
So you don't get what I was saying. Basically, he's angry on false pretenses.
Yeah.
I've had it happen to me. Someone in the paper has said, look at this terrible joke, and they've done the joke, and it's wrong. They've got the joke wrong. It's so important.
Yeah.
Every aspect of a joke is important. The syntax, the semantics, the rhyming, sometimes even some of the visual aid that comes with it. Taken out of context, it's the better the joke, the more fragile it is.
Well, sarcasm doesn't read in print. You know,
No, that's a
I'm
word.
happy he died reads terribly like, oh yeah, I'm happy he died. There's a tremendous, that was me acting. There's a tremendous difference, and people know that, and we have that common bond of language. But people, what I hate about people is they pretend they don't know it, because the bigger goal is to get you to not say what they don't like.
Exactly.
And that's all it is.
Yeah, and some people, there's in a Venn diagram, there'd be lots and lots of overlaps, but some people are genuinely angry and they don't know why everyone doesn't find the same things wrong as they do.
Yeah.
Then they just want a retweet. Then they just don't like you. Then they just want to say something because no one listens to them.
Yeah.
Ever. That's often
An excuse to be heard. Absolutely.
An excuse to be heard. They're frustrated that they're not heard like we are, that they haven't got that platform, so they want to bring us down a peg or two.
And if they say, if you say you're sorry, and if you wounded somebody, when people are wounded, what's wrong? Talk. We'll listen to you now.
Yeah.
People want to pretend that they're wounded by somebody's
Well,
words.
yeah, I had many complaints. You know, I used to work in a public sector. I work at a university, and they had a complaint. And sometimes they just couldn't believe you called them back. They go, "Oh, don't worry about it." They wanted to talk to someone.
Yeah.
They wanted to be heard, and you know that's all. That they were happy. They were happy. They, you know, and I think that is the case sometimes. But I did a show. Madison Square Garden, okay? So, a lot of people, I did jokes about, race, the Holocaust, Anne Frank jokes.
Oh, no.
Paedophile jokes, everything. I got a letter from, a society saying, oh, we loved your show, we found it, we were very disappointed at the joke about Anne Frank, right? And I said, but you understood the satire behind the famine joke, the paedophile joke, the racist joke. You understood that because it wasn't your thing.
Right.
But you can't get over your thing. You think, well, why is... You know, I'm the same with some things. I don't like certain jokes about certain things because I can't get over them emotionally. You know, I don't... but I've got to keep that quiet. I've just got to... You know, you've got to take the rough with the smooth, you know?
And you can understand on that intellectual level that if their intent here, and here was not malicious, here it probably wasn't malicious either.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just because you don't like that being brought up doesn't mean that this guy was trying to hurt your feelings.
No, exactly, and that's what it feels like. That's what offence feels like. Offence feels that, why is he having a go at me? And you've got to step back from that and go, well, he's not having a go at me.
He doesn't even know you.
Yeah, unless I name you.
Right.
You know, I think that's one thing I don't do too often. I don't say, well, one, you know, again, it depends what the target of the joke is, and sometimes even if you name someone, they're not actually the target of the joke. They're instrumental in getting to the target of the joke. So I can understand why someone would feel bullied if, God, he just got on stage and talked about. I mean, I imagine why Opie and Anthony feel.
Yes.
For the first half hour of this show. There's no ambiguity there.
Yeah. Spent 20 minutes just
exactly, yeah.
trashing them. Them specifically.
They've got a point. They've got a point there. But if
what
I
was
was
more offensive, you bashing them or their coworkers applauding behind you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, well, we're dead.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you have to take the personal out of it. I think, you know, and I think the better the joke is, the more universal it is.
Or if they admitted what they're really doing. Like, I would respect people if they said, you said something I don't like, and I really don't want you to be able to say it. But there's a self-centeredness in that honesty that they won't do. So what they have to do is create, even to themselves, a reason that seems legit. Well, here's why you shouldn't make fun of race. But here's why you shouldn't make fun of drunk. Everyone has a reason. No one ever just comes out and says the truth, which is, I don't like it and I don't want you to say it. There's an ugliness in that.
Well, I think there are reasons you shouldn't make fun of race, because no one can help their race. But you can make fun about race. You can make jokes about race.
Right.
But you shouldn't make, I don't think you should, this is what I'm saying about the target and the subject are different. You know, the reason why you shouldn't have a go at anyone for anything they can't help. And the reason why real racist jokes aren't funny to me, and not because I'm offended by them, because they're not true. As soon as someone says, why do Mexicans da-da-da-da, that fact is usually spurious. It's not a true fact. Says there's an injustice to it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
I
don't know if I agree, but I do know.
Well, if someone said, "Why are Swedish people all paedophiles?" My first thought is they're not.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I can't laugh whatever the punchline is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and Jim wanted to move when he heard that.
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking go for dual citizenship.
So I think again the joke fails if every part of it is totally untrue. It's rallying, and that would be that to me would be people wanting that you'd need them to all agree with that. Hey, all the Swedes are paedophiles for it to be funny or get around applause, and so it fails purely on a comedic level to me, not on a political one.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
I do, and you're also not saying that people should get the important thing for me is if somebody there's certain jokes I don't like too.
Yeah.
But if I've never called for anyone to be penalized for them, and so I never have a problem with people saying they don't like certain type of jokes, or they don't think. Like I had a debate with a feminist, and who I actually wound up liking on an FX show. We talked about race.
Say that like it was a surprise. I went in there with all the prejudices you would have, and
well, I was surprised though because her opinion and mine are vastly different, and we didn't change each other's opinions. We had a respectful discussion.
I think I saw it. I think it was
it was on. It was online.
Yeah, it was great.
Come out,
great. Yeah.
But you know, the thing was, she wasn't calling for people to be censored. She had a very tricky argument. We just didn't see eye to eye, and the frustrating. Everyone comes to a crossroad in a debate where we realize we're not going to change each other's minds. So do we say? Okay, but that's when people get angry when we don't get our way and change their mind.
I remember, and I don't want to misquote her, but as I remember, her worry was that I think she had a term called
rape culture.
Rape culture, yeah, where the assumption was if it's all out in the open and it's okay to joke about, it desensitizes people and can cause an environment where rape wasn't so heinous and terrible, and right. I don't believe that.
I don't either.
I don't think anyone has ever gone, I saw a funny rape routine. I'm going to try it tonight.
Right.
I don't think that's ever happened.
I don't either.
I don't think so. And I think that's a big misconception because we can joke about terrible things that we're somehow condoning it is totally untrue. And I couldn't find the actual bad things that I joke about more offensive and more disgusting and want them to end more than anyone I ever know. But that doesn't stop me joking about them.
That's the to me, that's almost what the beauty of being a comic is. It was like I did jokes about the beheading in in Britain. And the point was,
okay, that's too much.
The point of the joke was it had something to do with the way radical Islam treats women, which was negative. And but people, they like you said, they grow.
Well, of course, because
hear,
I need to hear the joke. Yeah, you need to hear. You need to hear exactly. It depends, and you, as you said, you said joked about it, and that's the important thing. At no point do I imagine you ever condoned that act of violence.
No, and people know, and people read sarcasm, and people, you know, it's like a lot of times, and there's been times where I've said things that I didn't sincerely mean, but a lot of times the joke is in the ludicrousness of the opinion.
Of course.
People know that, and every reasonable person knows that you don't mean that. It's like if you say your dick is 8 feet long, nobody actually says, no, it's not, and means it literally. They're fucking morons.
Well, some people are morons. Some people don't understand it, and I do that. And as I say, you sort of play a slight character, and I think people get to know the thing you're playing. I started with stand-up and on TV playing a character that I'd said all the wrong things, but everyone knew that, you know. I came down politically on the wrong side. I say things like, Nelson Mandela, what a great man. It used to get a round of applause. Just saying that got a round of applause, like, in the right audiences. They just clapped his name. Right, and I went, incarcerated for 25 years. He's been out now about 20 years, and he hasn't reoffended. I think he's going straight, which shows you prison does work. But they knew that was wrong. They knew that was back to front week on stage. I get it. He's misunderstanding, you know, so they understand some things, but it's not their thing.
Right.
It's not their thing.
The whole thing, that's what's so weird about what's happened with the internet is that, because like, you would think, you're putting out so much content on the internet now, and you would think that that would be the ultimate sort of, this is where I put my stuff. If you like my stuff, here's the link to it. If you don't like it, you never have to click it. You never have to see it. It's not on your TV. It's not going to pop up at you. None of that's ever going to happen. But people, even more so than anywhere else,
of course,
seek out what they don't like so they can write a comment, so they can tweet you some nonsense.
But they think everything's personal. Yeah.
Yeah.
They basically. The Twitter, if you follow someone, you've got to imagine that you're standing by a notice board in the middle of a big town, and someone comes up and puts up guitar lessons, right? Mm-hmm. And then they're standing there and go, but I don't want to learn guitar. Right. Well, no, it's not actually I don't want to learn guitar. I want to learn banjo. I don't do, oh, for fuck's sake. And so they forget that they're standing by the notice board in the middle of a big town.
Right, just keep walking. You'll find banjo lessons
there might
somewhere.
Be banjo lessons somewhere. I don't
know.
Well, why tell me that? Well, I wasn't talking to you, really. Honestly, I wasn't talking to you. So yeah, everyone takes everything personally. And everyone thinks that what they care about is what everyone should care about.
Right.
And that's a given.
I would imagine, though, when you put out something like the David Brent guitar lesson videos that you've been putting up, like, there's nobody that's going to be offended. Like, is there any negative response that comes from something like that?
Well, people say, some people say things like, "This is the worst guitar lesson I've ever seen."
No, people don't take it seriously.
Yes, they do.
Well, I'm starting to think.
I've been. You've got to be on Twitter and you've got to read more comments left on YouTube to know that the human race is fucked.
Yeah,
it's
apparently.
Yeah. You know. I'll tell you, Jim Norton is in the top 2% of great humans.
And that's saying something.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's right.
He's smart, articulate,
rather not classically handsome.
Oh no, and you're symmetrical.
right. There's a roundness.
yeah.
It's like two pairs on an oval, but it somehow works.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to think, though, with David, because I've watched the guitar lesson, of course. And I'm starting to think that it's like it's more. David seems to just like to segue into playing his songs.
Well, that's it. I think people don't even understand that people that they, you know, the YouTube is perfect for David Brent. He can't believe his luck. He was stitched up by a documentary team. He went in the wilderness. He still want to be famous, but now he's discovered you can just put your own stuff up there. And again, he's hijacking his own thing. Right. Because he went there to do like lessons, but actually, he wants to talk about, and he takes questions from people, and he stitches himself up with the questions because he hasn't looked at them properly.
And it's not even like it's another crew this time.
No.
It's his own
He's
deal.
in charge, which is good and bad. Now, the thing about that is, because he's in his element, you know, he's in charge of his own destiny, so he's a bit happier, you know. He's a bit older, he's a bit wiser. So I've got to find things that niggle him. He hasn't got a boss coming in and ruin it. He's doing his lunch hour. He's a rep, you know. So he's got to stitch himself up.
He's spending his lunch hour making YouTube videos.
Exactly, yeah.
Teaching guitar.
You've got to eke it out. So he gets these questions, and he can't believe he's talking about himself. But then he remembers something, and it'll annoy him. It'll annoy him, you know. So David Brent's got to be poked by a stick somehow. And you know, when you're by yourself, it's his own mind that has to poke him.
I guess I didn't even think that. It becomes difficult because there's nobody there to point out the buffoonery.
No.
Like, there is nobody that I relate to
No,
here.
exactly. So what do you do by yourself to annoy you? Read comments on YouTube.
Right.
So, and that's how, so he takes questions. So, you know, and of course, 99% of people are idiots. So that wins because it annoys him. He doesn't get the respect he deserves. But where's he looking? He's looking on toilet walls.
Of course.
And that's what the internet is. Getting offended by someone leaving a comment or tweeting you something is like going to every toilet wall in the world and going, how dare they say that about me? You know, again, it works both ways.
Yeah.
You know, you mustn't get offended. Even if it's you by name, they don't know you. I mustn't get offended by someone saying you're shit and they spell that Y-O-U-R.
There's nothing better than a grammatically incorrect insult.
It's wonderful.
The greatest retweet you could ever have is when you just correct someone's grammar as they're insulting you.
Sometimes I said to one, I'm going to do the book of my favourite tweets. One said, "You dumb atheist," spelled atheist incorrectly. If we come from monkey, why are there still monkey around? Right? I think I tweeted, I want to give this tweet a Nobel Prize. But yeah, anger mixed with indignant ire and bad spelling is the best.
Right.
Yeah, they're funny. They're instantly funny.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
There's a great moment, by the way, in one of the videos of, I think it was a Spaceman Came Down. Which is
just the songs themselves, without even the guitar lessons around them, are so wonderful.
Well, again, they're not comedy songs as such. They're not spoof songs. They're inappropriate for David Brent to be doing them, particularly if he's meant to be. He's got a job, right? So. One of my favourite things in pop music is when there's a different motive, right? This is not something to dance to, or chill out to, or, you know, woo a woman to. This is someone who's trying to end racism in 3.5 minutes in the key of C, or to bring down a fascist regime. You know, right, okay, E minor for fascist regime. And so, that pomposity of everyone, it doesn't matter if it's David Brent or Bono, always makes me laugh a little bit. You know, the fact that I can, you know, change, I can end racism now, just like Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder ended it with Ebony and Ivory.
Of course.
But they're believable songs, though. The thing about the songs is they're not written over the top crazy. They're legit. Like, there's parts of them where you go like, like, oh God, David.
Oh, if they were real, they'd be excruciating.
But that's the beauty of it.
Of course, yeah.
And that seriousness that he, that
for me.
It certainly is.
Was it really?
Of course. We didn't want to ask you how such a
bad shoulder. Wow, music on. Oh, I really have. I can't play it.
No.
No, I actually have done my shoulder in there. Oh no, now I feel like I could play it like that.
There you go.
I can't. Pretty girl on the hood of a Cadillac, yeah. She's broken down on Freeway 9. I take a look and get her engine started. Leave her purring and I roll on by. Bye-bye. Free love on the free love freeway. The love is free. The freeway is long. I got some hot love on the hot love highway. Ain't going home 'cause my baby's gone. She's gone. So, again, not a comedy song, but it's a song about Brent going across America. He's never been...
In the context of what it's in, because he's singing this song like he's this touring musician.
Of course, yeah.
And he couldn't be further from it.
And it's just such a ridiculous fantasy of, like, breaking down, you know, Yeah. So
She's dead. She's not dead.
yeah.
Oh,
look at that! I can't even play. My shoulder. Oh.
It's so.
What would I do if I was a real pop star?
It's so great. You are a
leave
real
at 10
pop star.
o'clock.
I'd take the day off.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have to promote for you too because we have not. Of course, it's Ricky Gervais on Twitter and YouTube.com/Ricky Gervais. I can't get enough of David Brent being back. Life's Too Short to wrap up. The special airs July 5th on
of
HBO.
July with Val Kilmer, like you've never seen him before. Honestly, you will love it. He does. He's yeah.
You saw him out.
He's great in it. It's really funny.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it'll surprise people.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that because we've heard a lot of weird things about Val Kilmer. It's good to hear about him in a comedic
I
sense
didn't think it was weird at all. I think he's really sweet
That's
and
great.
sincere, and he's funny, and he's really dry. He's really dry. The people that have been through the mill of Hollywood and everything. But he's great in it. He's really great in it. Yeah.
And Derek
on
is coming to Netflix.
12th of September.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't got. Have I got you the copies of that?
No, we've never gotten copies.
Right.
I would love them.
I'll get you them. You're not allowed to show Opie and Anthony.
No, I
This
won't.
is for you.
They wouldn't get it.
So
anyway.
do a review.
They'd be too
They
busy.
feel really frustrated. They can't believe it. Oh, this is like. Do you ever do that thing when you're at work? You wish that you could undermine your boss all the time. Like you'd get the deals and he wasn't be part of them. This is like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly
This is
is.
like you're like Michael J. Fox in The Secret of My Success.
Yeah, I'll know something they won't know, and I won't cue them in.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was fun. That was lovely.
Yeah, you're probably my favorite guest. I'm really happy you came, and it was really great having you.
Which one's Opie and Anthony? What way round is it?
Anthony is the rugged, like the workman.
Yeah.
The ruggedly handsome.
Yeah.
And Opie's the blonde across, who's got more of the boyish looks.
This
the
sounds
body.
vaguely homoerotic, though.
It
I
is.
know you've got to do a description. And it
Sure.
was good, but
Right.
you got
Yeah.
and his nipple, the ones that whose nipples harden as the breeze
Yeah.
comes through a bathroom window at 7 o'clock in the morning. The light just hits his eyes like that.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was sort of too descriptive.
Believe me, if I
do
would've been-
you know what I'd have said?
What?
One's got dark hair, one's got blonde hair.
Yeah, but they're more to me than that. They're my mortgage.
Thank you.
All right,
Great
that's it.
Ricky Gervais, and thank you so much.
Yep,
Cheers, guys.
YouTube/Ricky Gervais. Derek on Netflix in September. Life's Too Short, July 5th. Thanks a lot, Ricky.
Bye-bye.
The Opie and Anthony Show, Sirius XM.